let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer Release podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! It's the 6 o'clock and check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM nasty big hello. It's the cool band, red hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macramala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites. Feliz Navidad. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho. What a glorious way to start a program. Hey, that's exciting. What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much for being here today. Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. It is the Nielsen Show. We got YouTube Trev with a fresh, fixed dryer, locked and loaded. He's in clean clothes for the first time in about a month, which is nice. Trev, you must smell terrific this morning with your bounce sheets, right? Isn't that what it is?
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smell real good right now.
That's nice.
It is nice. It was a quick little fix. Only took 20 minutes, even though I waited a month, which was kind of frustrating. But I was able to do 3 loads yesterday. 3 loads, and I probably have like 6 more loads to go. But oh boy, I'm fired up. That was the last thing. That was the last thing. The last box I need to check off in the new place. Now I'm set, boys.
Oh man,
I'm
you are
so set.
He is back.
I'm back.
He is so back.
Yes.
That's exciting, Trev.
Yes. So I'd
Yeah.
like to have you guys over as soon as possible.
Yeah, you do 5 more loads of laundry, and I'll be there knocking on your door.
Okay,
yeah,
I can do that.
That's going to be terrific. Rick, how you doing, buddy?
Good, you?
I'm doing all right, man. What do you think of these Christmas trees, eh?
Yeah, they look great. Smell
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
We got a bunch more decorations. Trev, you're decorating today, aren't you? Is that your big plan?
Yep, that's correct.
Wow. That's
Here in the
pretty,
hangout.
That's pretty impressive. I can't wait to see it.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going to put some stuff up here and in front of
Yep.
the desk and stuff?
I can't wait to do a few loads at your place.
Oh, you're going to go do
You
laundry?
wanna do
tomorrow?
I think we can all go over and
That makes sense.
rifle
sure.
off a few loads, eh?
Actually,
Yeah.
we're going to do a contest right now where one AM Nasty gets to come and do his laundry.
For sure.
At Trev's place.
Loads.
Yeah,
Loads.
yeah.
Loads.
All right.
Want to put some loads in my washer and dryer? Absolutely.
Basically, you swing on by, you drop your load at Trev's place.
Yeah.
He'll clean it for you.
I'll take care of it.
You'll fold it,
Yes.
and then they come back and pick their load up.
A few
Yep.
afternoon loads.
There you go. Perfect.
Nothing beats unleashing an afternoon load.
Done
Yes.
and done, especially at YouTube Trev's house.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's terrific. 6:06 on the Nielsen Show. You can text us anytime. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox where it is time to get those holiday gifts. And the good news for you is they've got a huge selection of holiday gifts in stock, plus the engagement rings for the holiday proposal. Isn't that romantic? Flexible payment options, as in do not pay until 2026. Hello, that's essentially 2 calendar years away, which is a long way out, but they trust you. www.parisjewelers.com. The Nielsen Show today and every day presented to you by Daniel and the Dream Team, the family-friendly team out at South Fort Chev. Drive a little, save a lot, at South Fort Chev, and they've got those SUVs, the midsize, the tough to find. They're rolling in. Got to move on these early. Trailblazers, Equinox, Trax. When they are available, they go quickly. Reserve one today. www.southfortchev.com. And it's not a bad idea to go on out there. You stop at the A&W on your way in. You load up with some sausage and eggers, and you take them in for the staff, and you buy yourself a Trailblazer.
It's not a bad greasing of the wheel, hey?
Why not?
Yeah.
I heard that Daniel loves sausage and eggers so much that for everyone you bring in, he gives you $2,000 off. It's to me, it's a horrible business plan, but this guy likes to get deals done.
It's also game day.
I'm just
Bring them in
it is game
the
day,
Mama
yeah.
medium fry, too.
Mama medium fry at A&W, $4.99. That last point about trading sausage and eggers for $2,000 off of it, I made that up. It's not something you can go in and do just in case somebody rolls in and says, hey, Dusty said I could bring in 20 sausage and eggers and get a $40,000 vehicle.
After you say that, you have to say really quickly, sausage and eggers will not exactly give you a deal.
Yeah, please read small print.
Exactly.
Just
say it really fast. You said it, you put it out there. It's
straight up what it is. That's terrific. Jeff in YYZ texted in this morning, 5:12 a.m. Good morning, gentlemen. EST is 1, 2, 3 for my top Spotify podcast in 2024. I'd say that's worth a conch this morning. Number 1, the Nielson Show. Number 2, the EST Hangout. Number 3, the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. I feel like I almost said Jay Milne, like the Saturday Night Live guy.
Jason Milne.
Yeah, exactly. And Jay Milne.
Jay Milne.
Jay Milne.
And the What Say You crew.
And
That's the musical. Featuring music by
the What Say You crew. And special musical appearance from Jonty and Victoria. That'd be a fun thing to do, like a Saturday Night Live once a year for us. Reed Wilkins loves to do sketch comedy and skits.
Back to the Garneau.
Yeah, I mean, right back there. Join us live on Saturday night for an hour-and-a-half performance on stage of skit comedy. We'll see how that goes over. We'll probably sell quite a few tickets. That'd be a lot of fun. All right, the Nielson Show coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, where Popeyes does have the festive family box available for you right now. For $30, you get 4 pieces of chicken. You get 4 tendies, 4 sides, 4 biscuits. Excellent deal. And it sounds delicious.
Went down great at the meeting yesterday.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Well, whatever.
You know what? My plan all week was to, like, when I was doing Lock Shop, give somebody the business credit card and be like, hey, go get Popeyes for the meeting. And then I finished Oil Stream, and I stepped into the meeting. I sat down, and I was like, oh, damn. There's no Popeyes. And I was actually really looking forward to the Popeyes myself.
Well, it was a longer meeting because you were gone.
I know.
But kudos to you for fitting it all in one piece of paper. That was a very nice.
I had to go very small print.
Yeah, but it worked.
I think it was 9 point. I think it was 9 point Calibri or Caberly or whatever that one is. I think that's what I did.
HR Daddy's loving it.
Yeah, you save money on save. Yeah, I mean, do you know how much more paper we would have to print? Anyway, we'll get to the meeting. Lots to talk about from the meeting. We'll get to that. We got a busy show though, an exciting show today.
It's loaded.
We got Oilers and Jackets tonight. We got 4 Nations face-off news. We got the Edmonton Elks getting their 2 coordinators that we all thought they would. So we'll get to all of that. Your morning announcements coming up. We'll recap the staff meeting yesterday. And actually, we'll throw it out to you guys. I mean, 6 o'clock is you're pretty creative. A few things we discussed in the meeting yesterday you might be able to help with. So we'll get into that. 12 days of Christmas. I guess I'm going to fall out loud. Whatever.
Same thing.
Day 1 of Lieutenant Eric's 12 Days of Christmas before 6:30 today. You're not going to want to miss that.
I should rework a different carol next season, though.
Oh,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't even know if that's possible. Yeah. 12 Days of Christmas.
Only 12.
Then the Tales of the North at 6:30.
Man, it's been a while for that, too.
Oh,
eh?
man.
Like,
Man, like, October like 20th or something.
You're gonna have to get into character. I'm sure you practiced all night in the mirror, right?
I'm outside while you're doing your update out there, and I'm just like, tonight in the north, tonight in the north, tonight in the north. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to crack some packs. We're going to dive back into the Wayne Sports Cards Advent Calendar. Hopefully you got one and you're going through it yourself. So we'll do that. The Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. Get your tickets. Oilers Blue Jackets tonight only at fansfirst.ca. And you know why you do that? Because it's cheaper than everywhere else. You're welcome.
And it's Tiffany night.
It is Tiffany night. More during Tales of the North. Bruce Boudreau, filthy in the house. Bruce Boudreau is going to join us just after 7 o'clock this morning. I do want his thoughts on which two wingers he plays with Connor McDavid. If he was coaching Team Canada, who would be the two guys from those other 12 forwards that he would have on Connor McDavid's wing? We'll get into that with Filthy Bruce coming up. We will spin the wheel. The wheel is just.
Wheel is just
good.
Yes.
Spun Jerry Judy on Monday. We'll spin it again. There's a lot of options
Lots to
tonight.
play with tonight, yeah.
This has got to be the sexiest board we've had all season.
And Sam Laporta's on it.
Sam Laporta is there. 2 touchdowns last week on 3 catches for 6 yards.
What a game tonight.
Oh, man. I am so nervous already.
Well,
I'm very nervous.
You're at home, though.
I know.
No sweater.
But the Packers are good.
Eminem will be there.
Packers are really
Yeah.
good. I'm a little bit worried about tonight's game. We'll dive into that when we get to the cool bet.
Prime time game, week 14 like this.
Oh, this is.
I love it.
This is probably the peak moment of my regular season fandom tonight. Where will you be tonight?
Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, NFL jersey up for grabs, smoked brisket cheesesteak on special, free heated underground parking, and Century Casino, if you sign up for one of their players' cards, they give away money every day at 4 o'clock. They just give away money.
Amazing.
Just like that.
So be there at
money.
4.
Well, you don't even have to be there. Get a player's card and get some money. Heck of a night.
It sounds too easy.
Thursdays are the best.
So join Eric tonight. Should be a good time. I will be in the fetal position in my basement for 2.5 hours trying to watch this game. Yeah. I got beef just after 7:30. We're gonna give away. We were starting a turkey giveaway today with I Got Beef.
Yes.
The best beef as selected by us this week and next week will win a turkey for Christmas dinner from Acme Meats.
Yeah, not just any bird. An Acme meat bird.
An Acme meat bird.
That's the good stuff.
This is one that has been raised in the backyard of Corey the Butcher just for this giveaway.
He bathes them.
Yeah.
He pets them.
He
treats them really well.
He puts lotion on their feathers. And then he lifts the feathers up and put lotions on their turkey skin.
Oh, the underneath.
Yeah. Oh, lift up your feathers.
Gives them a little jiggle on the chin.
That's
hey?
how it is.
You got to burp him, hey?
They sleep in a little bed at the end of his bed. And then he kills it, and you get to eat it for Christmas. Do you say you have to burp them?
Yeah, you got to, because sometimes they get a little too much gas, so you got to hold them up and
You're messing with me right now.
I will.
I can't. I mean, I know we're making
it.
funny turkey references right now, but I feel like you're. So you have to burp a turkey?
Yeah, there's.
So if you're a
there's-
turkey farmer, you got to go burp all your turkeys.
There's
all
like
the time?
TikToks out there and stuff. Well, you don't have to, but it gives them a
they'll
more
put anything
enjoyable
on
life.
TikTok,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This guy's got 4 million followers. What does he do? He
You give him a
burps
little
turkeys.
squeeze, like a
Really?
Yeah, like a water bottle.
And then they do like a little burp.
The gas.
Wow. You know, I can't burp, eh?
Get out of here. Not on command. You just
I've never burped in my life.
BS.
I swear
Yeah,
to
but
God.
you've chug a pop. You'll eventually.
No, I don't. It just like I think I'm missing the part of my throat that makes you burp.
On command.
No,
but
I can't burp.
At least you've been talking. You've been like, bleh, like
No, but man, I've never done one of those. I've never done one of those in my life. I miss there have to be other people there that don't have like the burping reflex or something or whatever it is.
Get the man a buble. We'll make him chug a bubbly or whatever. And
We need to get you to chug like something carbonated.
I'm telling you,
It'll have to come up.
I'll chug everything. I don't burp.
BS.
I swear to God.
You're chugging a
How do you not
carbonated.
know this? I've worked with you for 15 years.
Tomorrow on the show, you're chugging a carbonated
I'm gonna
drink.
think of it. I've never heard
Grape
of it.
Crush.
Sure. A
doesn't
drink of your
matter.
choice, whatever you want.
You could. I'll drink a Grape Crush at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Well, let's sip it.
as fast
Yeah.
as I can.
Yeah, okay.
I'll sit here the rest of the day. You guys will just stare at me, being like, "He's got to burp sometime."
Well.
and I don't.
What?
I don't burp.
Come to think of it, I've never heard you burp, Dusty.
Right?
There might be something to this.
Have you ever heard me burp? Not that we go around burping all
Well,
the time.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't seen you chug a pop. Like I haven't seen you really consume anything carbonated. I know you like the spiced rums, but that's just a pinch of pop in there, so it's not.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the latest on me. Wow. I know. It's pretty crazy, right?
That's what I learned today.
Yeah, right. Write it down.
Yep.
We'll come back around to it. You're getting very good at remembering things that you learn, Trev.
I know. I have to take note. I've been taking note of them.
All right. What do we got? Oh, yes. Aaron Grymes is going to join us. Grymes is going to pop by. He's working with James H. Brown on that children's Christmas shopping thing we've been talking about. So we'll get into that. We also got to get his thoughts. J.C. Sherritt, one of his former teammates, is now the defensive coordinator of the Edmonton Elks, or will be announced here soon. Farhan Lalji breaking that yesterday. So Grymes is going to pop by. He's just a good dude. We'll get his thoughts on the Packers and Lions probably too. Anyway, Grymes will be by around 7:45 today. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, your authorized Napoleon Fireplaces dealership. GCL Diesel, Orange and Blue Breakfast, 8:30. Oilers and Blue Jackets tonight. Scalding hot takes as Lieutenant Eric looks to defend the mitt. The new smash hit Marmot Basin Snow Report, and then the wrap for William Huff. So yeah, we got a pretty jam-packed show for you today. Lieutenant Eric's day 1 of his 12 days of Christmas coming up here in about 5-6 minutes. But let's get into your morning announcements today for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Smith TM says, outrageous. Even when you've went to A&W, no burps from root beer? No, guys, no burps. I don't burp. That's just, it's one of my superpowers.
See, but you're defining it as bleh. Like, you've had gas release out of your mouth before.
No.
Maybe this explains a lot of questions that we've had over the years. When it comes, remember that time you took a blood pressure test and the lady's like, "Oh, did you run here?" And you're like, "I just woke up from a nap."
That was from the world's longest hockey game.
Maybe this is kind of
smack dab in the
feeding
middle.
into all of this.
Well, no, I have high blood pressure. Like,
no, I know, but I mean, the not getting gas out of your system.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it is.
Because you're all pent up. You're like a volcano. You know, ready to like a Mount St. Helens.
I'm not saying I don't get gas out of my system. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I don't burp. Yeah. Different. Yeah.
Anyway, a fun experiment during the holidays here, I think. Oh. We'll get to...
Grape Crush, that's what you want? Hey, is that the one?
Yeah.
Sure. Schweppes.
Adam Anderson says, can Dr. Pepper. Burping begins almost immediately. Maybe for you, man. Maybe for you. Let's just say that. All right, your morning announcements today. Oilers do get the Blue Jackets tonight. Connor McDavid will be honored. More on that with the Tales of the North. And if they play like they did against Vegas against the Blue Jackets tonight, it's a win for the Edmonton Oilers. So we'll see what team comes to the table tonight. Pretty exciting tweet from Farhan last night. Like, the Edmonton Elks offseason has been pretty damn good. I don't know how you can be fired up. So Tam and the kids, when I'm working games, they'll sometimes buy tickets in section A or B, and they love sitting down there and they have a good time. So, they've been obviously flagged by a ticket salesman for the Elks who's trying to sell them on some season tickets or some packs and stuff. So Tammy's telling me last night, she goes, yeah, the Elks ticket guy called again. I said, oh, okay. Well, what did you tell him? He goes, well, he said, I see that you guys like to sit in section B and all this stuff. And Tam's like, yeah, well, like, my husband calls games, so when he's there, like, maybe we do like a ticket bundle or something. But then Tammy she goes, and then I told him, like, I'm just really impressed with the off season. And I'm really excited for next year. I said, you had this conversation with the Elk sales guy? She goes, yeah. I just said, I really like the direction that the organization is heading in. I really appreciate you reaching out and talking to me about these tickets.
This is great.
Wow. I said, you must have pumped him up. Like, he must have. I said, did you buy tickets? She goes, no. But, we will.
It's good to hear, though.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they want. They're canvassing opinion and getting the...
But as she was telling me that, I was thinking, I was like, okay, like, so that guy makes how many calls a day? Is he getting a lot of those types of responses from people? And I would think he probably is. Like, I don't know how you couldn't. They've gone Chris Morris, Ed Hervey, Mark Killam, and then Killam has brought in Jordan Maximic. I don't know if it'll be announced today or tomorrow or whatever, but Maximic's coming in as your offensive coordinator, who's done some great things. He's a St. Albert guy, started here in Edmonton, went to BC, got an opportunity to be the offensive coordinator. I thought did a very good job with it. And then they're bringing in J.C. Sherritt, who was a hot commodity. Ottawa interviewed him, Calgary interviewed him, and Edmonton ends up getting him. So not only, do I think they've really knocked some of these hires out of the park, but they've done it with like younger guys who are coming up. Man, what an offseason. Now, you got to take care of business in free agency and actually retain talent and add talent. But Maximic and JC Sherritt, buddy. Like
a mix of retaining and adding, and I do wonder who those coordinators pull. We've heard from players around the league and their backing of Mark Killam, both in the league and out of the league, that type of thing. Players coach, yada yada yada. So you think that there will be a pull not just with Killam but with the coordinators. Sherritt was a linebackers coach on one of the most staunchest run defenses in the league last year. Max Simic speaks for himself. You mentioned his resume. Local guy doesn't hurt. They went out and got everything they want with the front office and the coaching staff. Aside from Killam, which they maybe didn't know they want, but the interview process was like, I think most people had Rick Killam on their list, or Rick Campbell. Ultimately, they went the Killam route because they felt that was the right thing to do. But everything else has kind of gone as the fan base wanted and envisioned. So I find me somebody who disagrees with most of the appointments and hires. I think it'd be tough to find.
Yeah, I think if you were to ask other people around the league, they'd say that's some mighty fine work by Ed Hervey to put together the staff that he just put together.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do with it. But I think it's been a tremendous offseason so far for Edmonton. And you'd have to think Trey Ford, some sort of 2 or 3 year deal is coming down the pipe.
That's probably the next thing.
I would think that will be the next thing that will happen. Does it happen before Christmas? Possibly.
A Christmas gift under the tree. Eh?
Oh, for Elks fans everywhere.
Matty Iwanek, but
oh man, he would love that. Absolutely love that. 4 games in the National Hockey League last night. It was a nice night for the Lock Shop. If you were riding with us, our parlay last night was Maple Leafs, Bruins, and the Stars and Kings under 6.5. Cha-ching! And then Huss was on the goal tonight. So essentially, we were 4 for 4 last night on the Lock Shop. It'll be a busier slate tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games tonight. And we'll get you an EST parlay on the Lock Shop today for the Blue Jackets and the Oilers tonight. 4 nation teams announced yesterday. I did rank them by position on Twitter last night. Probably get to that just after Bruce Boudreau today. We'll have a little bit of a time window in there. I'll give you my by position rankings of the 4 nations. I do want to shout out YouTube Trev for mentioning Victor Arvidsson yesterday morning on the show. And Victor Arvidsson ends up making Team Canada, which is, or Team Sweden, which is a positive because you hope he's back by then. So fingers crossed that Arvidsson's healthy. Now, yesterday in the Oil Steamer brought it up. I'd rather Victor Arvidsson not be on Team Sweden. Like, this is a guy who's already banged up this season.
You'd rather no Oilers be on any team.
Misses time. But Matthias Ekholm, he's a machine.
Yeah, I get
Whatever,
that.
go play a Sweden. But
you know what I'm saying.
But I think the 10 days off for Victor Arvidsson could probably go a long way. So, we'll see. There will be injuries prior to this tournament. I would assume every single one of these 4 teams is without at least 1 or 2 of the players that were announced on their roster yesterday by the time we get to the tournament. So we'll see who gets to step in and fill in. Do you see Stuart Skinner, the Sportsnet, put out like their all snub team? And Skinner didn't even make the all snub team. I was like, my God.
Yeah.
Tough look.
Yeah, that's real tough. I didn't hear that until I heard you do your hit with the boys.
Yeah.
For the Bear. I laughed to myself because I didn't look at the goaltending. I'm like, he didn't even make that team. Yikes.
I think it was Logan Thompson, Cam Talbot, and Marc-Andre Fleury. I think that was the all snub team.
You will have your snub roster of the snub team coming up later in the show as well, right?
Yeah. Well, you know who starts on my snub team? Stuart Skinner. Anyway, we'll get to that if you want to chime in on it. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Corey the Butcher's in on that turkey we're going to be giving away.
Yes.
Says, good morning, guys. Just a bit about the turkeys that I get in. They're free-run, Hutterite raised turkeys. We get them in literally the day after they're killed. So they're as fresh as they can be, and they're big. Whoever wins the bird can expect an 18 to 20-pound turkey. Corey the Butcher would add that right before they kill them, he does cuddle them for one evening and letting them know it'll be okay. Yeah.
A little kiss.
He added that after. He said, P.S. I cuddle all my turkeys to let them know that they're going to make a family very happy this year. The life of a turkey is a tough one.
Big birds.
Man, that's a tough life right there if you're a turkey. What do you think is the oldest turkey in the history of the world? 10 months? I don't even know. Like, what's the longest a turkey's ever lived?
Well, unless you're like one of those wild turkeys that kind of, you never get caught, right?
Right. Normal turkeys are very jealous of the wild turkey. Yeah. There's a turkey out there 65 years old.
I want to be free and wild one day. I want to be a wild turkey.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go to that Hutterite colony where they're raising Corey's turkeys. I'm gonna set them all free. I'm going to apologize to Corey.
They
after.
can live up to 10 years in the wild.
What?
Yeah.
Not bad, I guess. Imagine like a bear tracking down a turkey. What a treat. I wonder if they try to hunt them in December just for their family Christmas.
Succulent.
Kids, I've got a turkey this year. Oh,
The domesticated ones are slaughtered 5 to 7 months old.
damn.
So that's kind of a gap.
Man, they grow pretty big then in 5 to 7 months.
Yeah. But imagine a 10-year-old
Oh, yeah.
bull. What do you call the male?
It's like this.
A mule turkey?
Yeah, it drives a
Holy
small
hell.
moped.
Yeah, yeah.
Brutus.
All right, here's our transition into Lieutenant Eric's 12 Days of Christmas, I guess. Are you ready to go? Just
I
day
think
one.
so. I
Day
don't
one,
know.
simple, right?
Going in cold, yeah.
It's very easy.
Now, is this the count in? Remember last year we had a bit of an issue with
Well,
the...
let's practice the music, and let's just see. This doesn't officially count as the first 12 Days of Christmas, but let's see here. So I'll tell you what we got. Here we go. That's where you would come in, right? Look at this guy. He's in his beat laboratory. I can tell he's focused right now. All right, so we're good to go there?
I think so.
Woo! Christmas season, 'tis be upon us. Happy holidays, everyone. All right, here we go. Lieutenant Eric's 12 Days of Christmas, day number 1.
On the first day of Christmas, EST gave to me local programming 6 to 6 daily.
Oh, yeah. What a way to start.
Because now we're
'Cause we did
round
that
the
this
clock.
year.
I think that's the most important thing.
That's
Shout out to the
yes.
Reed Wilkins Show, EST afternoons, and et
Very
cetera,
good.
et cetera. No offense to the GCL Diesel pre and post game show, which
Well,
kind
I
of
mean,
runs out
yeah,
of that. But
and,
you know what I mean.
the green
That
and
was
gold
already-
and
yeah.
hello hockey and things.
6 to 6, baby. That's
6 to 6.
That's what we are now.
What'd you say? 6 to 6 programming daily.
Local programming 6 to 6 daily.
Daily. Oh, man, I can't wait to sing along when we
That's
get
the
later on in
hammer.
this.
That's the hammer, baby.
And what are you going to do for day 2? Right? That's the exciting part about the 12 Days of Christmas.
I'm looking at him right now.
You have them all sitting right there. Oh, man. So think about this.
Well, no, but actually, the day 2, they're in this room with us right now. No, I'm not like,
2 Christmas trees.
No.
Oh, I think I know. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
That's not us, Trev. Trev's putting back and forth like
Two human beings.
2
Two good friends I
Yeah,
did the
yeah,
show
yeah,
with.
2 human beings. That's us.
Two nice people.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sorry, coughing up a lung there.
Sorry.
Did you kill my mic quickly?
Yes.
Nice work. All right. Let's go. Lieutenant Eric's 12 Days of Christmas. Pat in the county says it's officially Christmas. And Library Pat says, Lieutenant Eric's 12 Days of Christmas, yes. One of my favorite things. P.S. A male turkey is called a Tom. Just saying.
Yeah.
Dex is in and says, there's a female wild turkey that frequents my yard to eat crab apples. My wife and I call her Tina Turkey instead of Tina Turner.
And
I'm going to catch her and burp her next year.
then let her run free. A burp a year.
Darren is in and says, the oldest turkey in the United States documented is Laredo at 18 years old. Bone says, I've drank 12-year-old wild turkey. So, yeah, that's a good one as well. All right, so keep those rolling in. 780-218-9999. Guys, a good offseason shouldn't be confused with a good season. The Elks likely won't be much above 500 next year. What's your prediction? Look, man, we can't predict the season until we see the rosters. I mean, you're going to probably have a 40% to 50% turnover rate. It's tough to predict.
Yeah, and I think again, I don't mean to be too homerish here, but if you look at the Rough Riders, a first-year head coach as well, going to the division final, it's a 9-team league. Anything can happen, and turnarounds can happen quite quick. And I think we saw on this roster last year that it was already littered with some talent. It's about adding, sharpening the edges. We'll see how the coaches take. But there's no reason I'm not expecting like, let's start out with a 3 or 4 win and work from there. Like they hit the ground running. You're looking
gotta
at
crank it
playoffs.
up. You got to crank it up a notch.
Easily, at least.
Yeah, I mean, not making the playoffs would be it would be a disappointment.
And the same,
it's how it
BC
is every year for every team. Like,
BC has a Nathan Rourke, sure, but they have a first-year head coach. We all know about the struggles in Calgary. Vernon Adams Jr. is going to be there, a new team with him. Winnipeg, they're getting picked apart right now, albeit hosting the Grey Cup. So there's options there in that division.
All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, Lieutenant Eric just did day one of his 12 days of Christmas. If we're not changing 100 in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be very disappointed. Hammer the thumbs up if you're watching over on YouTube, because we got Tales of the North coming down the pipe as well. What a glorious morning here on a Thursday, December 5th, as we give you day one of the 12 days of Christmas and Tales of the North to get you ready for the Oilers and Blue Jackets. It's going to be a very fun show. Bruce Boudreau, the legend, just after 7 o'clock this morning. And the fan zone coming up around 7:45. Can we make it official? Have Oilers fans designated Stuart Skinner the whipping boy of the 2024-2025 season? I think it has to be made official. I mean, it's ridiculous what you see online. So we'll get into that coming up here around 6:45.
He can't even get snubbed properly.
I was like, didn't even make the snub team. And people are like, how would you expect the worst goalie in the league to make the snub list?
Isn't that the ultimate
I'm like,
snub?
oh
Would you
my
rather
God.
make the snub team or be off the snub team? Like, I just don't even know at this point.
Stuart Skinner's 26. He's going to retire by the time he's 28 with the way fans are in this city. All right, let's get to an update right now with Lieutenant Eric. If you were expecting Stuart Skinner to be named to the face-off team yesterday, and then he wasn't, and you got so angry you threw your frozen turkey through your kitchen window, well, then we've got good news for you, because Nisku Glass fixes those exact things. Eric's got more on that with the update.
Yeah, just 4 games around the NHL last night. Shea Theodore scored twice. Vegas topped the Ducks 4-1. Kings would rally past Dallas 3-2. LA have won 4 in a row. Nashville have dropped 5 straight. They lose 3-2 to the Leafs, and the Bruins double up Chicago 4-2. Oilers, of course, back home tonight to host Columbus, kickstarting a 3-game homestand. Join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins at 6 here on EST. Oilers and Jackets, one of 9 games around the NHL tonight. Sticking with hockey, Fort McMurray over Bonnyville 4-1 in the lone AJHL game. Action will resume tomorrow with 5. Week 14 in the NFL kicking off tonight. It's the Lions hosting the Packers. You can join me at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Smoked brisket cheesesteaks on special. An NFL jersey up for grabs, plus free heated underground parking is available. Over to the NBA, where the Heat set a franchise record for assists, 134-93 over the struggling Lakers. Magic beat a shorthanded 76ers squad, 106-102. The Nets over the Pacers, 99-90. They snap a 3-game slide. Celtics have won 9 of 10 following a 130-120 victory over Detroit. And the Hawks snapping the Bucks winning streak at 7. They defeat Milwaukee 119-104. Atlanta have won 5 in a row. 8 games around the NBA tonight, including the Raptors hosting the West-leading Thunder. Sports Update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all of the listeners and viewers, and what better way than to give them a deal. Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your winter and spring renovation projects now.
What say you, a nasty crew? We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you, a nasty crew? My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats like Brzezinski and Noodles. Gadget can gauge it. If it's just but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Wanna hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away. Beat left the tie of fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the Canes? Macramel, Rapaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All the fun of giving present, Dusty go forth. What say you, AM Nasty crew? We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
6:35 with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here. Nielson Show presented to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. www.southfortchev.com.
See, in the Nasty chat?
Keep
there?
Flaming.
Yeah, in his
Shout
first,
out Keep Flaming Pipeline Show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Love it.
Holy, my first live viewing of Tales of the North. What a day. Guy, what are you doing up? It's 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday, man.
Couldn't contain himself.
We're going to get to Tales of the North. We're going to crack some packs. We're going to get into the fan zone. That's coming down the pipe. Bruce Boudreau in about 25 minutes as well. Bronx the Boilermaker chimes in on me saying I've never burped in my entire life. And you guys saying, we'll hold you down and force Dr. Pepper down your throat until you do. Bronx the Boilermaker says this may be dusty in people with no burp syndrome. The cricopharyngeus muscle never relaxes for burping. The condition's medical name is retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction, RCPD.
That sounds real.
I believe this guy.
RCPD.
I think I have RCPD.
You got RCPD.
I think I have RCPD, which I'm confusing right now with the movie. What was the movie with Ryan Reynolds and the dude? And they were like policemen who were dead.
Van Wilder.
Nope, but I like that one too.
R.I.P.D.
R.I.P. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Rest in peace, PD. Yeah, totally. I should have guessed that one. Anyway, I guess I have RCPD. See? So I can't burp. No matter what you guys force in me, I won't be able to burp. The challenge is on, isn't it?
We'll make you burp.
I don't think you will. I think I have retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction.
That's
Good to know.
exactly it.
That has to be it. I mean, that's more likely than me just lying to you guys, I think. All right, 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will win text of the day. We are at 99 likes. Hammer the thumbs up for us. We are changing 100. We are ready to go. Tales of the North. Let's make sure I have that. It's been so long. Do I even have the proper bed? There it is. Tales of the North bed. All right.
Changing 100.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Does this one have a... It's the North.
Realista says I don't get brain freezes as well in the
really
nasty chat.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Beautiful. I don't get brain, but that's that's a nice thing too. Jilly G over the nasty chat says my sister-in-law can't burp. Ask me how many times she's told me. Obviously, way more than me. If I've worked with Eric for 15 years, and he's just finding out about this. All right, Tales of the North, Oilers, Blue Jackets tonight. Are you ready, good sir?
Never been ready.
Oh, he's been ready for days. All right, here we go. Tales of the North. Let's do it.
Who owns the North? Who owns the North? Show me! Oh, Connor McDavid, the captain at Dybee. A call from 4 nations in a Tiffany crystal. Perhaps next, a Stanley you'll see.
For the first time in a fortnight, may we exclaim, tonight in the North, greatness will be honored as McDavid the Magnificent has struck thy enemy over 1,000 times. A roar from the rafters will rain down upon thee as Connor the Incredible receives a silver stick and a crystal from Tiffany as a token of appreciation for humiliating the entire league since the year 2015. Making men look like boys. Making boys look like babies. And making babies laugh in their swaddles as the hero amuses them with toe drags instead of toe tickles. These are the tales of the North, and may they be heard far and wide across this great land.
Tiffany!
It's all about Tiffany tonight, eh?
I still don't even know what that is.
That's why I'm so excited.
I still don't know what a Tiffany crystal is.
Is it a big, will it be just a big rock?
I hope it's something that Indiana Jones would have gone after.
Yeah.
Like,
it comes in one of those clear domes that you have to, and before he grabs it, he kind of.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Connor, there's your Tiffany crystal, and here's your bag of sand to make the switch. What? That would be good. I like that.
Nobody likes receiving an individual award publicly more than Connor McDavid, right? Like he's going to be so excited.
He's a huge hog of the spotlight.
Yes.
And it's something we said for a long time. This guy's extremely selfish when it comes to awards. So I'm sure he's very pumped for tonight. I'm sure he's very pumped. Let's crack some packs.
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack Pack! Crack Pack, yeah, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the Crack Pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The Crack Pack is a little old gang where we can crack together. Crack Pack, baby.
A Crack Pack, baby.
Crack Pack, baby, Crack Pack.
Crack Pack, baby, Crack Pack. Wayne Sports Cards gave us this beautiful advent calendar. And Eric's wearing their shirt
How
today.
fitting, hey?
That is crazy to me. What are the timing of this? If you're looking for Christmas presents for adults or children, Wayne's has you covered. I mean, the sports cards, they're good on that. I like their vintage card stuff. They got a ton of comic books. They got all the Funko Pops you would ever be interested in, and they've got a ton of Lego.
The Lego. You
A
wouldn't
ton
know
of
it,
Lego.
but it's packed with Lego. Multiple aisles.
A lot of Lego at Wayne Sports Cards. All right, boys. So we are. Let's see here. We got what's today?
It's nice to get a little behind here because then all three of us can have a box, have a crack.
What's today? The 5th? Well, we've already done a bunch of those.
Today's
So
the
let's-
5th, yeah.
What day are we on though? Here, let's each get one today. Here's 8. Trev.
Sure.
What else do we have? Well, let's see. We must have a 10 in here for sure. This is always fun with an advent calendar. Yesterday, I got home from work. I said to Tam, I said, "Where's our advent calendars?" And she put them somewhere else. I said, "I need my chocolate, my little daily treat." And then I was like, "Oh, I can't find 4." I was all frustrated. Here you go, Rick. 10. And I'll take Saku Koivu's number 11.
All right.
And what's up with this one? There's no number on it.
Well, I think it's like a. Is
it the mystery one?
It's like a 9 or a 6. I think that green thing is that on?
Oh yeah, it's a 9. Okay, well I'll open up 9. We'll save 11. Oh yeah, it was just upside down. I thought it was some sort of extra bonus mystery. I was very excited.
A Christmas miracle.
What is this? All right, what pack do you guys get?
17-18 Upper Deck Series 1 with Austin Matthews.
I got 23-24 Series 1.
Oh, that's a nice
That's
one.
a nice one right here. Trev, what'd you get? Just read it.
2023-24 Upper Deck. So that's not bad. Look at this. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, what's it? Upper Deck what?
Upper.
Does it say on there?
No.
Let me see that.
IE.
Let me see
Ice?
that.
Ice? I don't know.
Ice. Yes, that would be
Okay.
ice. Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a C in there.
I see that now.
ICE,
I thought
yeah.
that was. I
Yeah.
don't know what I thought that was.
Oh, what's this?
Troy Stetcher.
Stetcher.
Vancouver Canucks.
Vancouver Canuck, Troy Stetcher. Mason McTavish. Robbie Thomas, they love him. Philip Deneau. Eric Carlson. Buchnevich on a roll. Remember when he was going to be an Oiler there for a bit?
Oh, yeah. that
God, the
was hot. That
Buchnevich
was
rumor
hot.
era was a lot of fun. Anthony Duclair, John Tavares, Patrick Laine on the Blue Jackets, and Marc-Andre Fleury.
That's a nice
Maybe
trade.
should have been on that team ahead of Samuel Montembeau.
Couturier UD canvas.
Okay.
That's the big hit.
There we go. Trev, what about you, buddy? What do you got there?
These are looking pretty cool, not going to lie.
Ice does look nice.
Jonathan Bergen,
Yeah.
Clayton Keller, which looks pretty sweet.
Yes.
Elias Pettersson,
Show the card, Cam.
The
You're right
alien.
there.
or Peterson, whatever you want to say. Look at that. Not bad. Good old Petey. This one, I actually have no idea who this is, but it's see-through.
Okay. It's a
kinda
clear cut
cool.
or acetate. Don't show us. Show the camera. There we go.
That.
Who is it? You said
Boston
no idea.
Bruins, Jona Koppanen.
Oh, of course.
I never heard of him, which is interesting. Oh, this is cool.
I love watching you
Holy
open
crap.
packs. What is that?
Look at that. That is Christmas if I've ever seen it. Look how sparkly that is.
That's very nice.
Cole Perfetti.
Cole Perfetti for the Winnipeg Jets.
Awesome. And then Will Cooley. I don't know who that is either.
New York Rangers.
Yep.
Very
Not bad.
nice.
These are cool.
Yeah, they're nice.
Those
Yeah,
are
the ice
my
cards are
favorite
nice.
pack.
They're
Yeah,
nice.
good.
So
They're
far.
good. All right, Wayne's has a ton of stuff. They've got different types of Christmas boxes for you. And the advent calendar is really fun. Who doesn't love a good advent calendar? Am I right?
And you can
Regardless of what it is.
repurpose the box for gift giving as well.
Actually,
maybe like it's a good box.
It's a real good
quality box. Yeah.
I would probably, I'd probably save that box for years. Yep. All right, let's get into the fan zone.
Fan zone.
For fans first. Fan zone! Buy fans, for fans, no fees. Simple as that. So if you woke up this morning and you're like, oh, what am I going to do tonight? And then you said, well, you know, the others are playing. Connor McDavid will be honored.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go to the game tonight. And then you thought to yourself, it's going to be way too expensive to get tickets. And then you're listening this morning and then you heard us say, buy fans, for fans, no fees. Cheapest place you're going to get your tickets, fansfirst.ca. Here's the question I have for you today. Is it official? Is it official that Stuart Skinner is the whipping boy for this season for Oilers fans? I mean, Darnell Nurse started to play well lately, so it's been a little bit quiet. I do believe the fan base has decided to make their number one goaltender the whipping boy of all whipping boys.
The fans are taking Stu. The coaching staff is taking Jeff.
Yeah, both Skinners.
It's a Skinner combo.
They're working together in unison. And do we view Stuart Skinner as a whipping boy? Because I know many of you are going to say, well, it's deserved because of his play so far this year. So it's like, what's the definition of whipping boy? Person unfairly criticized by a fan base, or just person criticized by a fan base?
A person who is blamed or punished. I don't think he's been punished yet for the faults or incompetence of others.
Oh, wow. You actually found the definition of whipping boy.
That's
Is that Urban Dictionary?
Whipping boy. No, it's Google.
Oh.
I'll use it in the sentence. I may end up as the whipping boy if things go wrong.
So, I mean, by that sentence use, that does sound like Stu Skinner.
Stuart Skinner is probably.
You could hear him
said
saying that. Yeah,
100%.
At
Can
the
you
end of many
scroll down
games.
and see if his picture is next to the definition?
yeah. We go in longer here. A whipping boy was a boy educated alongside a prince in early modern Europe who supposedly received corporal punishment for the prince's transgressions in his presence.
That's where it came from.
So the prince would do something naughty, and then the boy,
His boy next to him would get
the
whipped.
blame. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if he'd get like physically whipped, but corporal punishment. Yeah. So he'd get
Wow.
some sort of physical.
And what year was this in? How long ago? How long?
Ancient time when they wore the puffy pants.
Really?
Tales of the North.
They called him the little whipping boy. His name was Little Tom Gilbert. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Your thoughts? I mean, have you? And we're asking you. We're asking you. You're the fan base. You get to designate whipping boy. The only thing we can do is watch from a distance and see who we think has become whipping boy. I think it's become Stuart Skinner. I see RCN, who's always great. He's over in the nasty chat right now. It says, no, full stop. The fan base treats Stu fair, which I would disagree with if you saw the one goal Colorado scored and looked at how people were reacting.
He follows up. If anything, the fan base has coddled Stu.
Politely disagree.
Now I'm going to look up coddle.
Yeah, look up coddled and see.
Treat in an indulgent or overprotective way.
And they used to call him a little Taylor Hall.
Another definition is, cook an egg in water below boiling point.
For coddled.
I never knew that. You may have your
cook an egg in water.
scrambled, poached, coddled, or boiled.
What?
Yeah,
You should do that when you go out for breakfast
How'd
next
you like
time.
your eggs coddled?
I want my eggs coddled, please.
The Stu Skinner.
Do you mean Corey the Butcher with a turkey? No, that's cuddled. We're looking at coddled.
Well,
All right, let's see here. Strummy's in and says, unfairly, and the fact that you just claimed Nurse is playing better, therefore he's not the whipping boy, proves that he wasn't a whipping boy, but he was playing bad.
I'm confused.
Trev, what do you think? Like, you are, I mean, as far as guys around here, you would be the closest we have to a Oilers fan still.
Yeah.
Do you think the fan base has anointed Stuart Skinner as whipping boy for 24-25 season.
100%. I just want to get to this. Johnny Alberta in the nasty chat. Darnell Nurse breathes giant sigh of relief, which is kind of funny. I could totally see that. But yeah, I mean, it certainly seems to be that way, unfortunately. And look, at the beginning of the season, I was kind of on that train. I was like, maybe not so much, but I just wasn't sold on Stuart Skinner as many analysts and experts are. But as far as his last 2 weeks have gone, his last 5 games have gone, he's at a .930 save percentage, which is awesome. That's what you want as a goalie.
Also
that is
unsustainable the other way.
Yes, 100%.
Goalies aren't pulling off a .930 for a season anymore.
No, but it's what he's been able to do. The numbers, that's equivalent to McDavid being, point per game over the last 5 games. 2 points per game in the last 5 games, and you just praised McDavid for doing that. What it is for Stuart Skinner, and I think this will always fault him just because it's kind of similar to Evan Bouchard. Despite if he puts up good numbers, it's if he lets in a bad goal. They'll always remember that. And that's kind of what the 2-on-1 was the other night. Despite you look at the numbers, his numbers were great, but he let in a bad goal. And
You're
that's
talking
why
in the last game.
Yeah, against Vegas. And so that's what people are holding on to. They'll never look at the numbers. Actually, he's putting together some really good numbers right now, but they'll always remember, they'll always hold on to the stinkers that he lets in. And that's why he's the whipping boy.
Well, but to me, the best example of whipping boy was the game against Colorado when he allowed that one goal, which was a one-timer that was pretty much, it was a grade A chance. It was, it would have been an amazing save if he got there. And people are criticizing him for that goal.
Yeah,
and I'm
you know what?
That's unfair criticism. And to me, that's where it's gotten to with Stuart Skinner. So I think the fans, and now I think, what did you say, Trev? The analysts, I don't think anybody has ever been oh no, Stuart Skinner is 100% the best the Oilers can do between the I don't think that. You just have to know what Stuart Skinner is. Stuart Skinner's 26 years old, and he's in his second full season as the guy between the pipes.
The plan was if Campbell came to fruition,
he would have just been taking over with the Jack Campbell deal. I don't know. I think he is. When I see goals that if the Oilers scored them, you would just be sick goal. Man, the Oilers are so good.
Yeah.
When I see Skinner getting criticized for those types of goals, that's what frustrates me, and I see that all the time.
I think too it is situational. And when we talk about his save percentage when it's below 900 or when it's above 900, I think both of those points, we need to take a breath and sit back. If I score 20 goals every season and they're all empty net goals, who gives, who cares?
Yeah.
Situational, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
The numbers look great. But I think most people's frustration, as you mentioned, Trev, it's the situation. It's in the moment. It's what's transpiring in the game at that point. And sometimes he's there. Sometimes it's a great goal. Sometimes it takes a lot of skill, and he's beaten fairly. But other times, like last night in Vegas, and I know it was 1-0 game, and he got no run support. But the Oilers were cooking off the hop, and then Vegas one rush down, and boom, it's in. You're just kind of ugh, and it's just deflating in the situation in the moment. So whether it's below 900 or above 900, that's going to teeter-totter and seesaw. But I just think fans get so frustrated, and the PTSD comes back and back and back again when he lets in that situational one that you're like, love to have that one back.
Yeah.
Because he can play great.
Fair.
He can play lights out. He can play, but most goalies do. That's the definition of a modern day NHL goalie. So I just think I think that frustration comes from that situational time and time again where it's like, now you're letting in a,
Yeah. No, I agree with
but you
that.
don't throw him out of the, you don't, I'm not file 13ing him or anything.
Yeah. No, and to further what you said, Dusty, I was saying, they only remember the bad ones, but you know what? That just solidifies that he is the whipping boy even more because it's not even the bad ones at this point.
It's every goal.
It's every goal. So I forgot about that. So yes.
You'll see people. Go ahead. Go look on the Oilers Twitter account. When they tweet out a goal, when they allow a goal against, no matter the quality of the goal, people are like, you'll never win with Stuart Skinner, regardless of the quality of the goal.
Yeah.
Which you can't tell me is fair. That's not fair. Like that to me is
Twitter ain't fair.
well. I mean, first of all, it's a bad look by me to like
You're
refer
going
to
through
so
the
many
garbage
things on Twitter.
Let's see what's at the bottom here.
My God, Twitter. I popped.
It's not getting any better.
I really still love Twitter when I'm just on my following page. But when it damn flips me over automatically to the For You and I'm scrolling, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, wait, what? I don't need to see this. Why do I need a For You on Twitter? Anyway, I don't want to get totally off track here. It's the Fan Zone.
The Fan Zone.
Fan Zone. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Boys, it is the 8 to 10% of the rabid idiot Oilers fans who have anointed Skinner the new whipping boy. The rest of us sane fans realize that he can't win every game. And by the way, the definition of rabid idiot Oiler fan is anyone who blames Stuart Skinner for a 1-0 shutout loss. And that was happening as well. I mean, like I saw it was 1-0 and I'm like, man, the Oilers always just out-goalied again. I'm like, yeah. Aiden, like they lost that game because of goaltending. And it was Aiden Hill at the other end.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I already don't like it. And I see where it's trending, and I don't think it ends well, which is crazy to say already. You know, it's tough. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in on this, and make sure you say Fan Zone. That last one about the rabid fan base that comes in from the Nature Boy. Zulu's in and says Skinner makes $2.6 million, his third full season in the league. I mean,
he's got a lot of track ahead of him. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody expects him to be Matt Murray and win the Stanley Cup as a rookie in the playoffs.
But he could. He could morph into that. Like that's
but he almost won the cup last year.
That's what I'm saying.
And they lost Game 7 because they couldn't score goals. You know what I mean? Like Stuart Skinner played well enough in Game 7 for an Edmonton Oilers team that was one of the best offensive teams ever to score goals.
But to the point too, he played well in the Dallas series, but then in the Vancouver series as well. Maybe he had a few that you like. There's a Jekyll and Hyde here, but I think there's more Hyde than Jekyll. Hyde was the good one, right? I think he was the doctor, not the monster.
To be honest
Jekyll
with
the
you,
monster. I've never really.
I actually
we just say it so casually here, and
I feel like Jekyll's got to be the monster, and the other guy's Dr. Hyde.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll. So Dr.
Jekyll sounds more.
Well, one of them's a mister and one of them's a doctor. Who's the bad guy?
The doctor can't be bad.
Well, maybe he's doing things to Mr. Hyde. Like he's like a Frankensteining him. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
We just throw this term around.
I've been using this term for years.
Mr. Hyde, the evil, violent, and remorseless manifestation of Dr. Jekyll's dark side. So Jekyll's the good guy.
Is Hyde just a figment of imagination?
I never knew Hyde was the bad one. Mr. Hyde sounds much better than Dr. Jekyll.
I always thought Jekyll was the bad one. Wow.
Write it down.
Learned on the show today, Dr. Jekyll was bad.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hyde was had.
I think there's more Jekyll in Skinner's game than Hyde.
I still don't understand the reference. I'm still not sure if I'm supposed to agree with that or not.
Just say yes. Give me a burp.
Loomis says Dr. Jekyll is the human. Hyde is the monster. Yeah, but was Hyde created by Jekyll and then therefore you feel bad for him as a monster?
I don't even know the story.
I mean, is there a show?
I don't know. I'm
There's
sure there's
just
a
a
book.
saying. I don't even know. I don't even know.
They should make a movie.
Adam Anderson is in and says, guys, the dude was a Calder finalist. Stuart Skinner.
Yeah. But again, to the state of goaltending in the league right now.
Worst goalie in the league.
Yeah.
Worst goalie in the league.
Well, he didn't even get the snub.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's not just the fans here. Fan zone. Didn't even make the snub team.
All right, fill us in on the history of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We're very intrigued by this.
Dex explains Hyde is Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Okay, so he's not even a real person.
I guess not.
So is Fight Club just a ripoff of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
It's a modern day take on,
Interesting.
the old classic.
Interesting. All right, that's the fan zone for fans first.
Hyde was the whipping boy of Dr. Jekyll.
I guess
really?
he was. I guess he literally would have been because he's taking all the heat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting conversation around this year's whipping boy for the fan base. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We've got Bruce Boudreau on the way. If that sounds good to you, hammer the thumbs up for us on YouTube. We're going to get his thoughts on if Bruce was coaching Team Canada, who would he play on the wing with Connor McDavid? Would he put McKinnon up there? I think Bruce would just be like, Crosby, you're playing left side. McKinnon, you're playing right side. We're putting together the greatest line in the history of the game.
Yeah, Bruce shouldn't be joining us. He should be planning this out and
he
coaching.
should be putting his lines
getting ready
together
for his team here.
All right, Bruce Boudreau on the way for Pro On Sports coming up just after 7 o'clock. Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric for Dav and the crew over at Green Plan. Jam-packed second hour still to come as well. I will rank by position the four nations in the Four Nations face-off as well. That's coming down the pipe.
Oilers back in action tonight. They're home to host Columbus to kickstart a 3-game homestand. Tom Gazzola will get you set. He'll have your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins at 6 here on EST. It's one of 9 games around the NHL tonight. Just 4 last night. Bruins double up Chicago 4-2. Nashville have now dropped 5 straight following a 3-2 loss to the Leafs. The Kings would rally past Dallas 3-2. LA have won 4 straight. And Shea Theodore would score twice in a 4-1 Vegas win over the Ducks. Just the one game in the AJHL last night. Fort McMurray beating Bonnyville 4-1. Action will pick up tomorrow with 5 games. Week 14 in the NFL kicking off tonight from Detroit. It's the Lions and Packers. You can join me for this one at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Smoked brisket cheesesteaks on special and NFL jersey up for grabs, plus free heated underground parking available. 2 levels. On the hard court, Timberwolves cruised to a 108-80 win over the Clippers. Atlanta snapped the Bucks' winning streak at 7 with a 119-104 win. Hawks have won 5 straight. Celtics have won 9 of 10 following a 130-120 win over the Pistons. Nets beat the Pacers 99-90, snapping a 3-game slide. Magic would beat a shorthanded 76ers squad 106-102. And the Heat setting a franchise record for assists. They dumped the struggling Lakers 134-93. 8 games around the NBA tonight, including the Raptors hosting the West-leading Thunder. Sports Update brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental planning and consulting service. Whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential, plan it right with Green Plan. Visit green-plan.com or give them a call, 780-455-4292.
Browner? Do you want to score a goal, man? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you shoot the puck. You're out of luck. You should practice every day. You used to score like 20, and now you're not. I wish we could find out why. Do you want to score a goal, man? Doesn't need to be a hat trick.
I'm trying.
Tell me why.
7:03. You're welcome. Connor Brown scores tonight against the Blue Jackets. Lock it in. It is the Nielsen Show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Nielsen Show brought to you by the great staff at South Ford Chev. Go see Daniel and his team. Drive a little, save a lot. www.southfordchev, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazers, some mid-size SUVs that are hard to get your hands on. They're coming in right now. Reserve one today. www.southfordchev.com. Bruce Boudreau expected to be hopping on here shortly. He will join us for Pro-Am Sports. Looking forward to that conversation today as well. If you are watching over on YouTube, let's hammer the thumbs up. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel.
We ran the numbers.
Yeah, we ran numbers.
See you. We see you.
Yesterday in the staff meeting Trev, when it comes to YouTube, is like my Jonah Hill in a staff meeting for Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he sits
when
there
I'm just like
tossing a mouse
like
in
sitting
his
there
hand,
and I'm like, YouTube numbers, unsubscribed viewers. It's like this, and Trev's just like, boop, 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 boop. What did you say, Trev? 26% of people watching aren't subbed?
Yep. This is correct.
Let's go.
26, like that's, what are we doing? I don't get it. You guys keep on watching, you keep on liking, so you might as well subscribe. It's that big red button. You're looking at it right now. Just
Very
click
easy.
it, and it's free.
Just subscribe to the channel. It's free. You're going to love it. We got content all day from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening,
and
I
you don't
guess
get
it would
pestered
be.
with anything. There's no junk mail. There's none of that. No. You just subscribe.
You don't have to worry
You
about
don't have to worry.
Just subscribe and simple as that. You can turn on notifications in white, but you don't have to turn on notifications.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Coming up, we'll rank all of the Four Nations teams by position. We'll dive into that. We're going to spin the wheel to get an anytime touchdown score for the Packers and Lions game tonight. We've got I Got Beef coming up. We're going to put somebody in the mix for a free turkey for your Christmas dinner from Acme Meats. And then Aaron Grymes, former Edmonton Elks ambassador, right now. He's going to join us. He's teaming up and working with Trent and the crew over at James H. Brown on an opportunity to. They're going to take 100 kids Christmas shopping with a Elks alumni or a current Elks player. It's going to be very cool. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Great Christmas tradition, and we'll get into that with Grymes. He'll join us as well. We got to talk Four Nations. Oilers play the Blue Jackets tonight. We'll certainly get into that as well. Bruce Boudreau, who is our hockey insider and analyst today, is brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. They're putting extra time on the clock, staying open until 7 p.m. on Thursdays in November, December, located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail and 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. All right, let's bring in Bruce Boudreau this morning. Bruce, I got to know, throughout your coaching career and your playing career and everything you've done in hockey, do you collect a few items along the way? Does Bruce Boudreau have a room of collectibles, or did you just never get into that stuff?
No, I do have a room of collectibles. There's no doubt, and I could have had an awful lot more, but I gave so much stuff away that I wish I could have pictures here. When we have our hockey school in the summer, for about 20 years there, I gave. I'd say 150 jerseys. I collected jerseys from every team. I collected sticks from every team. I collected so much stuff, and we would just give them to the kids at the end of the camp. But I have gone in and checked myself, and I've got some pretty good jerseys in that are collectible, and take a lot of pride in them because there's I love looking at that stuff. I was a collector as a kid. I collected. Yes. Comics, I collected hockey cards, I collected everything. So just because I get a little older and fatter doesn't mean I can't still collect, right?
Hey, I'm older and fatter, and I still collect. So I totally understand what you're talking about.
Bruce, if we were granted a tour of your collectible room or whatever it is, what would you say? What would be the prized possession that you kind of wait till the end of the tour to kind of show off in your mind?
Yeah, if you had to lock it in a safe, so nobody could get it.
You know what? I got a lot of but the number one thing I think I have, and this is, you would never have guessed this, is I have from 1966 a Sandy Koufax autographed baseball game ball from his perfect game in 1966.
No way! How'd you get that?
I have a really good friend in Niagara who had who's from LA and knew all the people there. And he owned 15 McDonald's, and so he that's probably how I know him, is because of the McDonald's thing. But been to his house many times, and he collected a lot of stuff. And I had an autographed Team Canada jersey, and by the team Olympic team in the 90s, and I gave it to him in exchange for the baseball because I was a huge Sandy Koufax fan, and that's probably my best thing that I've got. I've got Rudy's original helmet from Notre Dame, signed by him.
Yes.
Yeah. I got, a Ben Roethlisberger helmet signed by him from the Steelers, and stuff from a Jim Brown autographed jersey, Cleveland Brown jersey. So all kind of sports that are in there, but and that's not including the hockey stuff. I have jerseys. I have so many jerseys. Matter of fact, in hockey, I just told my wife, I says, we just built a new room. I says, we got to get these framed to put in the room. And I think it was an Austin Matthews, Crosby, McDavid, Ovechkin. There was a Team Canada jersey from the Spangler Cup, and there was another one. I said, let's start with these, and then we'll move on, because I've got and there was Martin Brodeur, because I signed autographed jersey, and I had a Pierre or a Bergeron one too. So all these Hall of Fame guys that I have, pretty proud that I knew them or coached against them or played against them. So I got them up. But in my house, I've got a Washington Capitals room, Anaheim Ducks room, Minnesota Wild room, Vancouver Canucks room, and Hershey Bear. So it's like sometimes that's pretty embarrassing. I say, honey, I know we got a nice house, but I mean, could you have done something in your life where we put something up of yours?
Bruce Boudreau with us on the show this morning. Bruce, I was very excited to chat with you today because we see the Team Canada roster come down yesterday, and I'm just curious, who would you put on McDavid's wing? Who would be the two guys that you slot with McDavid?
It was an interesting question. I don't. One of them was Reinhardt. I was putting on his right side. I was trying to think of a Hyman type player type thing, and I thought if I put McDavid Hyman, and Point on the left wing, I think you'd have a pretty good line there, and let McKinnon. Because I think McKinnon and McDavid always want the puck. And I think them being on the same line is sort of counterproductive because they both love to carry the puck through the neutral zone. And I mean, I think so. I would want them on different lines because we want Connor carrying the puck through the neutral zone with his speed. We want McKinnon carrying the puck through the neutral zone with his speed. So I don't like them on the same line because there's only one puck, and when they're playing, they both have it all the time.
Okay, so we were already thinking, and we were having some fun with this well before the rosters were even announced, but when Canada gets a power play, McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, Makar, there's so many talented players to work with here. I don't even know if the fifth one matters or how you would run that power play, but is that what you would expect? How would you handle that?
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Would Crosby even make that first unit?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
he's not a 100-point guy. He can make the plays, but you need who's the best half wall guy on the right side is probably McKinnon. Who's the best going to be like McDavid in Edmonton? He goes everywhere. Like, he carries the puck. He makes everybody watch him. He doesn't stand still. So it depends a lot on how you're going to do it. And I think the reason Bouchard wasn't on was because they got Makar. And Makar's the best at it, on the power play, I think. And so then they're going to need a guy in front of the net, and that's probably going to be Reinhardt, the way I look at it. And a bumper position, Braden Point led the league in goals from the bumper position 2 years ago. He had 21 power play goals. So, I mean, those would be 5 pretty good players if you put on, or if you, or you make 2 units and you tell them go a minute at a time and have them both doing different things, I think would be pretty confusing. I just don't know. They don't have a lot of practice time to get in there. But, I mean, at the same time, I think these units aren't going to need a lot of practice time to get to know what they're doing.
Former NHL head coach Bruce Boudreau with us on the Nielson Show this morning. He's presented to you by Pro-Am Sports. Lots of talk about goaltending, obviously, with this Canadian group. The United States are going to roll out Connor Hellebuck between the pipes. I mean, he's so damn good, and he has been for a long time. In a short tournament like this, and we can break down the rosters, and when you're putting best on best, is goaltending more important, less important? Like, how do we view that going into this event?
Well, I always think that they're going to be close games because they're best on best. And so goaltending, making the right save at the right time is going to be the most important thing. And I think you're going to see, even with all the scoring power, there's great defensive power in there. You're going to see a lot of 3-2 games, maybe an empty net goal, making a 4-2. But I don't think you're going to see 7-6 in this kind of thing, in situation. Now, I may be wrong. Short periods of practice, not really getting to know the systems as well as you'd like to, different players, they might all end up 7-6. But if they do that, boy, it's still going to come down to who makes that last save at the right time is going to win you the game.
Give us the 6-5 1987 Canada Cup games just over and over and over again. Wouldn't that be entertaining? That'd be good. Go ahead.
Your last point, Bruce, too, and we saw the other night Oilers in Vegas falling 1-0 to Aiden Hill and the Golden Knights. Just want your thoughts on the business tonight. Oilers kicking off a 3-game homestand, Columbus in town. Obviously, we know what happened in Columbus with this team, and they can be a bit of a bogey sometimes. But for tonight, for Oilers fans, would it be as simple as just running back what we saw in Vegas again and 2 points in the bag? Or what do you see kind of transpiring tonight?
Well, I think if the people in Edmonton are thinking 2 points in the bag, they better be prepared. Columbus can score. I mean, they're over 500 right now. They've played some tough teams. I mean, I think too many teams are thinking and taking their eye off the ball because it's Columbus. They've come in and they've played every team hard, and I think they're tied or lead the league with most 6-goal plus games this year. And so, I mean, they can score. So don't turn, what I've found in the NHL this year, every time you think you've got an easy game, they come up and bite you on the butt here. So, I mean, I think they've got to bear down and be a stingy team again, because in the end, we all know they can score, but if they can learn to be really stingy, the scoring will always be there.
Bruce, before we let you go, I just want to read one quick text that says, guys, that must be why Bruce stopped coaching. He ran out of rooms, right? The Ducks room, the Wild room, the Capitals room. You had no more rooms in the house, Bruce.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if somebody gave me another job, I'd build a room.
Great stuff, man. We'll chat with you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
That's Bruce Boudreau, man.
Mean, an expedited spot on the beauty list. People are just calling for it. I mean,
so Bruce, do you ever collect things? And then he lays out like the best collection I've ever heard of.
And so random. Taking you to places you would never think that he would.
I know. He has Rudy's autographed helmet.
A Roethlisberger helmet,
and then followed with a Roethlisberger helmet.
And a Koufax ball.
Game used from a perfect game, autographed in 1966.
Just like that.
The Cookson guys should fly out to his house and frame those jerseys for him right now. Anyway, and then he goes, I tell my wife, why wouldn't you have done something so you could have a room? It's like, jeez Louise. Bruce is, man, am I happy we have him on the show on a regular basis.
He's a hit.
I take Bruce Boudreau every single day. Every single day.
Sure.
That's it. It's just the Bruce Boudreau show, hosted by me and you.
The Pro-Am Sports Boys, that'd be like a 2 weeks on, 1 week off project. Going to his place, eh? Working 24 hours around the clock.
Too good. Too good. This one is in from Dr. J. Says, Rudy's helmet. What else does he have? Babe Ruth's contract? Montreal Wanderers official game program? Jesse Owens' 1936 gold medal? That'd be good as well. Man,
he could have went on. He could have kept going. He was going to detail every single piece of memorabilia.
Well, I love when he started laying it out, and then and then after that, he's like, "I've got a Ducks room and a Capitals room." At the beginning, I was just like, "Oh, what does Bruce?" He has a few things. I'm very glad I asked him about collecting things.
He's got a few storage lockers as well, probably, eh?
Oh, probably. At Sentinel Storage, the new presenting sponsor of the Hangout. Pro-Am Sports, bringing you our hockey insiders all year. Open until 7 o'clock tonight because tonight's a Thursday. So, and actually, Jack texted me yesterday, and this is awesome. Chris, who won the EST Flightaway Los Angeles, was in at Pro-Am yesterday buying a Rams hat. Oh. And Jack was like, he is still very fired up. He goes,
vibrating.
His reaction on the air was not for show. He goes, he was that excited when he was in at Pro-Am yesterday. Now, that might just be because he's in at Pro-Am. It's an easy place to be excited about, but he's also won a trip to Los Angeles by listening to Edmonton.
He was texting in for a little EST garb as well to show off down in La La Land. Hopefully, Iwanix got a little in the, if we're going to, I'll give you the shirt off my back.
It makes sense. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999.
Ryan from Saskatchewan, he's probably got Ben Johnson's stripped Olympic medal.
What else do you got, Bruce? Oh, yeah, I got Ben Johnson's stripped Olympic medal. Okay, so, this could be how you win text of the day today.
Yeah.
This could be how you win text of the day today. What other piece of memorabilia does Bruce Boudreau have that he didn't tell us about? Let's go. Ben Johnson's stripped Olympic medal is a pretty good one. 780-218-9999, 218-9999. 780-218-9999.
It all comes from the McDonald's connection as well, right? Like the guy, the buddy that he knew working there. Like that, it all funnels through there. Hey?
Man, when he goes, yeah, I had a buddy. He owns 15 McDonald's. That's probably why I know him. Like, don't you just want to hang out with Bruce Boudreau?
I kind of get Huss vibes from Bruce. Though.
Oh yeah,
like major Huss vibes. Like even the way they laugh, there's something similar there.
Can you imagine going out to watch a hockey game at a pub with Bruce Boudreau and Andrew Hustler Patterson? My God, like
the best night of my life.
Nothing against trip to LA.
No,
but dinner with Filthy Bruce and Hustler
at Elephant Castle.
Oh my, at Elephant in Winnipeg, and I get to yell attendees.
I think we have the front runner for potential guest of the year.
Bruce, yeah.
The guest.
Can you imagine a Bruce video at the theater next year accepting guest of the year?
Even closer.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We're going to need you to scoot in a little closer there, Bruce.
That'll be up to the Nasties who will be voting on this. We'll see how it goes. I love this one. Colin the Amishman says, Bruce Boudreau has Vince McMahon's hospital bed.
The bedpan.
Oh, that's too good. He's got Vince McMahon's hospital bed. All right. Bruce has the coffin that the Undertaker rose out of.
Diggy Sparks. Bruce just goes, well, I got this cup. The Holy Grail, I believe they call it. Brings it into the frame.
And I got this
He's
cup.
the keeper of the cup.
It's the Holy
Tanya Harding's crowbar, Dr.
Did
Dry.
somebody say that?
Yeah.
Did somebody say the Holy
yeah. Diggy Sparks.
Oh, Diggy Sparks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to keep track of anybody.
The Tanya Harding crowbar is a pretty good one.
That's really good. 780-218-9999. What is the other piece of memorabilia that Bruce has that he didn't tell us about? One-Eyed Pete says he has Neil Armstrong's original moon helmet. And he goes, yeah. And this is actually one of my favorite pieces. And he grabs it and puts it on during the segment. My God, I love him. I love him, man. Like, as far as like older guys, I like my dad is here. Well, and Bruce Boudreau's like right here. It's very close. Yeah. It's very close.
HR Daddy's got some competition.
God. That's
Matty Hendricks' cracked cup.
Trev's jacket. That would have been something.
That's pretty good. I got this coat here.
Guys, Bruce has a missing piece of Evander Holyfield's ear, straight from Mike Tyson's mouth. When he spit it out, Bruce was ringside.
I'll take that. Pockets it quickly.
All right, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Awesome stuff. All right, so I did rank the Four Nations team. We got some time. We're going to spin the wheel coming up. But I did rank the Four Nations team. The Four Nations by position of strength. And when we do this, I mean, I think there's a few that could be debatable, but I'm wondering if the United States shouldn't be the favorite in this tournament from a betting perspective. And right now, Canada is the betting favorite with our partners over at CoolBet. U.S. is right there. I think as of yesterday, I don't know if it's changed since rosters came out. I should probably look that up. Let me see. Four Nations face-off. Rosters has not changed. Canada plus 125, USA plus 175, Sweden 5-1, Finland 7-1. Here's how I break it down. Goaltending. USA number 1. Sweden number 2. Finland number 3 with UC Saros between the pipes. It's just better than anything Canada can bring to the table. And then Canada number 4. So I do think Canada has the weakest goaltending in this event. The blue line. United States number 1. Canada number 2. Sweden number 3. Finland number 4. I did have some people say they think Canada's blue line is better than the United States blue line. I got time for that conversation.
The Parayko effect.
I don't think I'll be convinced that it is. I also had people say that they think Sweden's blue line could be better than Canada's blue line, which I got time for that conversation as well. I think I still lean with Cale Makar being the difference maker there. And then Finland, obviously, number 4 there. And then the forward group, I did put Canada at 1, USA 2, Sweden 3, Finland 4. Although I did have some people, not many, but a few on Twitter last night who were like, Dusty, I think the U.S. team is deeper than Canada and think maybe you could put that forward group ahead. But I said, I'm sorry. I'm signing with the team that's got McDavid,
You got
McKinnon.
legendary status there.
And look,
that
man, I know he's past his
tips you.
prime, but the United States don't have a Sidney Crosby on their roster either. And I know Sid isn't, a 120-point guy, but in an event like this, Sidney Crosby could still end up being the tournament MVP. I honestly believe that. Like, I wouldn't pick him, but if he ends up being the tournament MVP, I'm not going to sit back and go, oh, well, I'm stunned. I'm stunned that this happened. It's Sidney freaking Crosby. Of course he still could be. So I think U.S. has the best goaltending. I think they got the best blue line. I think Canada has the best forwards. And we'll see how it all sorts out in the end. I think we all sort of assume, and I know they would want a Canada-U.S. final, but I think Sweden could still throw a wrench into this thing. I don't think they should be 5-1. I think they should be like 3-1. Not right where Canada and the U.S. are, but not as far behind as they are on the odds right now. Trev, any dispute of my positional rankings for the Four Nations face-off?
I agree with everything you said. 100%. Great minds.
You don't have to.
I do. Like, I think USA's forward depth, like, I think they have more depth, but I'm not taking, that over the likes of Nathan McKinnon, Crosby, Connor McDavid, Braden Point, Mitch Marner. Like, I think it just that they have the big three. They like the big three. Like, good luck getting the puck away from those guys. So I think I agree with you. And Sweden, I like Sweden a lot. Like, they're going to be fun to watch. I didn't realize until, like, I know obviously Sweden's a powerhouse, but seeing their roster, it just made me think, like, holy crap, like, they could win it. They really could. I wouldn't be surprised.
We were talking yesterday about maybe Gustafsson's actually the guy for them. Yeah. I know they've got Allmark and we know they've got Marks, but go look at Gustafsson's numbers this year. He's got like a .930 save percentage and a big piece of that Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
Great start. So a couple more text messages on memorabilia that Filthy Bruce has. It is what I would assume it was a beautiful house. There's some really good ones that have trickled in here. Where's it? Yeah, tube socks. Bruce Boudreau has the remains from the bird that Randy Johnson hit with the pitch.
Couple feathers.
What are those feathers? Oh, that's from the Randy Johnson bird. My God. The Godfather's in and says, Bruce has Sloth from Goonies living in his spare room. Ed Gordo says, actually, Bruce Boudreau has Dusty's cricopharyngeus muscle, the one that's not allowing me to burp.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's got it. It's in one of his rooms. Excellent texts. Text of the Day contest is going to be very tough today. If you do win Text of the Day, you will win a gift certificate to A&W, where they've been waiting for it, but it's back. A&W's Mushroom Mozzarella Burger is finally back. Limited time only. Buddy, Mama, and the Uncle Burger. Starting at just $4.99. Mushroomy, mozzarella-y goodness. And it's game day. So, fantastic deal. Mama Burger and fries for only $5. What a steal of a deal there. All right, do we have a wheel we can spin for an anytime touchdown score on this Green Bay-Detroit game tonight? What's the line? It's still 3.5. I swear to God, I think I might have to take the Packers plus 3.5 on the lock shop today.
Nothing against Tiffany Crystal Night, but I am so jacked for this football game.
Yeah.
This is going to be big.
It should be a highly entertaining game.
This is the division.
We'll preview it on the lock shop today. Pat Gregor is going to pop by. I mean, this division's insane. This division is nuts.
And this game going down the wire, I mean, this what the Packers' record is and everything, no offense to the Vikings, but, this is the Packers' season in a sense, too. And
yeah.
It could be in a lot of ways.
The Lions have won 10 in a row.
You're sitting in a spot. You're in the catbird seat.
But, but it's not that comfortable.
No, I know.
The Eagles are pushing for the conference. The division is insane with the Vikings and Packers. The Packers are 8-2 in their last 10, and their only losses were to Detroit and Minnesota.
You've won 10. Well, the Lions have won 10 in a row. The Vikings have won 5 in a row. And the Packers have won 3 in a row.
Yeah. What a division.
They're all streaking.
All right, here we go. We actually got it correct. The wheel nailed Jerry Jeudy plus 220 on Monday. And what a wheel today. David Montgomery, minus 175. My boy Jahmyr Gibbs, minus 175. Josh Jacobs, minus 161. Amon St. Brown, plus 100. Jaden Reed, plus 125. Christian Watson, plus 175. Sam Laporta, coming off a 2-touchdown game, plus 188. Jameson Williams, plus 188. Tucker Kraft, plus 188. Dontavian Wicks, plus 225. Tim Patrick, 3-1. Jordan Love, 4-1. Chris Brooks, 4-1. and Emmanuel Wilson plus 650. The disrespect for Jared Goff to randomly run in a touchdown is real. Yeah. But let me
you are inside tonight, so.
All right, Rick, let's get it up to. All right, man. Whoop.
The wheel will not be told what to do.
All right, here we go. Trev, give it to us as well. Let's spin that wheel. Come on.
That construction paper again. Week 14.
Come on. At least be a lion. Give me Tim Patrick.
Come on.
Oh. Oh. No. Oh. Sam Laporta. Oh. It switched right at the end, but we already declared Sam Laporta.
We declared.
We declared. All right. Oh, my God.
You do declare.
We've got wheel controversy.
I don't know. What's it on right now?
It moved to Christian Watson.
I think that's the one you got to go for.
You shut up, Trev.
That's what it landed on. Did it land on that one?
Well, but here's the thing. I think it only moved off Laporta when I went like this.
Wheel interference. Do we spin again?
Oh, man. I think there might have been wheel interference.
Do we spin again then? Because if there's interference, I think the whole thing is shot.
Because it stopped right here. It was sitting like right up there.
Oh,
and then when we went to celebrate and yell Laporta, it went boop.
Again, I think it constitutes another spin.
Let's just see. Let's set it up right here again. And if I go like this, Laporta! Wheel interference.
Well, I mean,
I think we respin.
I don't know what you spin that.
All right. Respin. But Trev's very.
Fine. I'll allow it, I guess.
I'll allow it, I guess. Thanks, Trev.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Respin that wheel.
Don't celebrate.
Don't move.
Now we know. And then nothing this time. What does that say?
Dontavian Wicks. Dontavian Wicks! I'm on St. Brown!
Hey. What do we do?
I think we go Laporta.
Okay. Honestly, the original?
Yeah, I think we go original.
So the respin.
I think we go original, guys.
Why didn't it move off Dontavian Wicks? It's just like...
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Let's...
Like there wasn't even recoil that normally, even if you don't move, it didn't even happen.
Let's go Laporta.
Voodoo wheel.
Our original celebration. Trev, you want to go Dontavian Wicks?
Well, I just would hate for, the wheel is just. I think that happened for a reason. I'd hate for, you guys to go that route and then be wrong. You got to listen to the wheel.
So you think we say it's Dontavian Wicks?
Yes.
All right. Dontavian Wicks, your anytime touchdown score. That being said, if Laporta scores tonight, I'm going to put an asterisk on it. And the wheel is partially just. That's what I'm saying.
The wheel's on multiple fronts tonight.
Yeah. Hey, the wheel's a degen. What can we say?
The wheel be spreading.
All right. Stay cool. Bet responsibly at CoolBet. It's on Dontavian Wicks. Plus 220. I mean, I like him. He's on my bench in the Spite League. I might start him this week just because it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah. Get my bench some action. Yeah. All right. On the way next.
He's not joining you down in Puerto Vallarta.
I don't think so. No, not my bench, guys. On the way next, we do have I Got Beef. What do you got beef with? And send in your best beef because over the next 2 Thursdays, we're going to take one of those beefs that we like the most, and you're going to win a turkey from Acme. So that's on the way. Let's get to an update right now at Park Mazda. Aaron Grymes around 7:45.
The game day as the Oilers are back home to host Columbus, kickstarting a 3-game homestand. You can join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows tonight. Coverage begins at 6 here on EST. Oilers Jackets, one of 9 games around the NHL this evening. Just 4 on the schedule last night. It was LA over Dallas 3-2. The Kings have won 4 in a row. Shea Theodore scored twice, leading Vegas over the Ducks 4-1. Nashville have dropped 5 straight following a 3-2 loss to the Leafs, and Boston doubled up Chicago by a score of 4-2. Just the lone game in the AJ last night, Fort McMurray over Bonnyville 4-1. Action resumes tomorrow with 5 games. It's the Detroit Lions hosting the Green Bay Packers as Week 14 in the NFL kicks off tonight. You can join me for this one at the Centric Casino Sports Bar Lounge. An NFL jersey will be up for grabs, smoked brisket cheesesteaks on special, and free heated underground parking is available. 2 levels. NBA action last night. Struggling Lakers fall to the Heat 134-93. Magic over Philly 106-102. The Nets snapped a 3-game slide 99-90 over Indiana. Celtics have won 9 of 10 following a 131-20 win over Detroit. And the Hawks snapped the Bucks winning streak at 7 with a 119-104 victory. Atlanta have won 5 in a row. 8 games around the NBA tonight, including the Raptors at home to the West-leading OKC Thunder. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where is a framed, signed portrait of Bruce Boudreau hanging in his office.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.36 with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here today. And yeah, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox today. Holidays are here. Christmas is just around the corner. Visit Paris Jewelers to treat your loved one. RSO Cody texts in and says, Bruce Boudreau has the beast from the Sandlot patrolling his backyard. Right? Looking after his Babe Ruth ball.
The thing
his
is
Sandy
like
Koufax
100
ball.
dog years old. Just
Bruce goes out, sits with him in the afternoon for a bit, tells him stories. Man, it's one of my favorite people. Like, it's too good. Nielson Show brought to you by South Ford Chev. Drive a little, save a lot. www.southfordchev.com. Rob from the Grove has said, you guys are cracking me up big time today. I'm crying laughing. Well, that's great, Rob. Drive safe. Hey, did you guys yesterday after work, did your vehicle freeze up with that freezing rain yesterday?
Yeah, I had to bring out the scraper.
I couldn't believe it. Like I got back here at like 5 to 11 or 10:40 or whatever yesterday. So my vehicle was only out there for about 2 hours and 20. I guess we did have the meeting, so we didn't leave. But
yeah,
so I'm driving home and I didn't stop anywhere else. So I drove from here back home. It's about a 12-minute drive. And I screwed up. I didn't realize that I didn't have my hot air blowing up to the windshield. It was just blowing out. And I'm driving. I get onto the Hyundai, and my windshield is like covered in freezing rain again. I'm like, what the hell? Why? And then I got to a stoplight closer to my house, and I looked over at the person's car next to me. I had my window down. I was driving like 8th Ventura. Remember when his windshield was smashed? He's with Marino, and his head's out, and he's like, get some of your own damn gum. I looked over, and their windshield was totally fine. And I looked back at mine. I was like, "Oh damn, I don't have my heat on the windshield." But it was crazy that your windshield was freezing up while driving.
1 degree above zero for a high this afternoon.
Today,
yeah,
way better. Yeah.
That's when that's the shoveling time.
Way better. All right, what do you have beef with? Send us your beefs right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Aaron Grymes is going to join us in about 8-9 minutes. We're going to talk about an initiative he's taking part in with Trent and the crew over at James H. Brown. But yeah, let's get to I Got Beef right now for Acme Meats. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Corey the Butcher has donated a turkey. The best beef that we get today or next Thursday, December 12th, we will award a turkey to the beef that we find either the most beefy or the most hilarious. All right, so if you got a beefy beef, send it in right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Lieutenant Eric, what are you beefing with today?
I have beef that I'm not able to win the turkey in this contest.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, you can't. I mean, we're employees. I'd love to. This is a hell of a deal. I mean, turkeys aren't cheap. He texted in earlier today, Corey the Butcher, 18 to 20 pounder?
Yeah, huge.
That's what we're looking
turkey.
at. And he had
fresh.
the details. Hutterite raised, yada, yada, yada. Is a hell of a bird. I got beef that I can't get in on the beef. That's my beef.
Trev, any beefs today?
That's a good beef, LT. I agree. I also want that turkey.
Yeah, I mean, I almost want to quit.
Yeah, maybe.
So that I can.
Well, don't quit.
I think it'd be, but it'd be worth it to get that bird.
I mean, it might be. We'll have to see how good it is. But
it's damn good.
I wonder if after, like the day after you eat the turkey, you're like, damn, I got to find a job now.
Sacrifice your
was
career.
the turkey that good?
You pull the wishbone and you, damn it.
Yeah,
you didn't think that went out.
I don't know if that's great.
I do have beef.
Okay.
And I'm going to share it right now with all the nasties and you guys as well. I've got beef with my phone, and it's been kind of ticking me off lately. Part of me likes this feature on my phone, but part of me hates it. I've got a Google Pixel. It's actually a pretty sweet phone. One of the best phones I've ever had, actually. I've had no issues with this phone. It's way better than Apple. I highly recommend it. But there's this one thing I get. It's when I get a phone call and it's every now and then it'll just say suspected spam caller. It'll tell me that. I don't know if Apple gets that iPhone. I don't know if you guys get that.
Sometimes something pops up on it.
So I get that. And so when I see suspected spam caller, I'm just like, my phone knows what's up. I'm going to trust my phone. So I'm not going to answer this. It's a spam.
Oh, no.
So I'm not going to pick up. And for like 3 weeks now, I've been getting this same thing. It's suspected spam caller. And it was driving me crazy. So just to put it short, it wasn't a spam. It was actually the dealership from my the dealership I have my car from. They're trying to get a hold of me.
What?
Just let me know that my car, this is the last month that I have for car payments. And they just wanted to clarify some stuff and all that. And I feel like, not nice. I feel like a prick because they've been calling me. And I'm just like, no, this is spam. I'm not picking up. So it's annoying. And also I had a parking ticket, I guess I didn't know about. I thought they were trying to get a hold of me because I needed to pay that. And apparently I paid one in the summer, but apparently I had two that I needed to pay.
Oh boy.
And so it goes up. It went up and I'm not going to pay it because I didn't know. It's a suspected spam. I'm not going to pick up spam, So that's my beef. It annoys me, and then it kind of burnt me in the end.
Did you tell the dealership that, hey, you're spam? You're coming
yeah, I said, I'm like, my apologies. Like through my phone, it's coming through. Like it says suspected spam calling right now.
Wow.
And so I felt it made me look bad, and then it kind of hurt the wallet a little bit more than I would have liked. So that's my beef. It ticked me off.
It's a great beef. Yeah, that's one of your best beefs ever. You still can't win the turkey, Trev.
No.
Sorry, I know you're trying.
After that bird.
Share your beefs with us, 780-218-9999. The best one from today or next Thursday will win a turkey from Acme Meats. I got a couple of beefs. One, I have a beef with Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, you have to acquire a center. I'm sorry. I've been saying the same thing for 2 bloody years. And everybody goes, well, LeBron's the GM. No, because if LeBron was the GM, they would have a center right now to help out Anthony Davis.
Bad loss last night.
It is unbelievable. Like defensively, they're a mess right now, but they need to acquire a center.
He'd set a franchise record for assists last night.
Well, and how many threes did they hit? I think they hit
94-93.
They hit 24 threes last night. The Lakers only shot 22. It was this guy. This must be what it's like to be an Oilers fan. I mean, you get fired up about things. Because I'm sitting here today going like,
Anthony Davis
trade for a center to help AD.
7 boards, 5 assists, 8 points.
That was an awful game from Anthony Davis last night. Yeah. LeBron had a good offensive game, but the entire team's sucking defensively lately. Yeah. But they have to trade. They have to trade for a big. Go out and get Valanciunas. Go get somebody. It's been years. You're wasting it. So yeah, sorry, I'm fired up about that. I got beef with Rob Pelinka.
You should.
The other one I have beef with is Matty Iwanek in our meeting. Trying to start rival point system.
He went rogue.
Just because he doesn't like how my point system operates. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? So yesterday he goes, I'm starting a point system just for managers, which are him and I guess he classifies as the managers. And then he gives me -7 and he gives himself like, what was he, -1? I was just like, at the end of the meeting, nobody even asked for it. He goes, and the manager point system, Dusty's -7. Here's all the things he did wrong in the meeting. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I think he clocked you a point for every week missed, correct?
Yeah, he docked me a point for every week missed because I was
plus points for saying, hey, I don't want to come in and
I should have come in and got everybody sick, I guess.
Sure.
According to Matty.
Then he'd give you plus points in his system.
You can't start a rival point system in a point system meeting.
It's funny you mentioned Matty too in the hangout yesterday as well. He was talking about how CFL Canadian quarterbacks shouldn't be counted against the ratio. You know why he's saying that, right? He doesn't hold a high pick in next year's Junior draft.
I know.
So he doesn't want Rourke or Ford to have exceptional status when it comes to roster and slotting in the Canadian.
Unbelievable.
Exactly. That's his long play.
He was very mad about that yesterday.
He thinks I'd never pick up on it.
Yeah.
Figured you out.
He's not that sneaky.
Nice.
He's not that sneaky. All right, send your beefs in here. 7,000 grams says, guys, I have beef with Dusty blowing warm air at his face when he's driving. That's the worst. Warm air in the windshield all winters. I don't know why. I don't know why it was set up to blow warm air in my face. And I didn't realize it. It must not have been blowing that hard. But, yeah, that's my bad. Rob from the Groveland says, hey, guys, I got beef with wet roads and needing to wash my windshield 20 times on the way home. Yeah, my one windshield wiper's a little wonky right now, too. It doesn't do the best of jobs.
I play a game to see how dirty it can get until I have to give it a spritz. Why not? You know, it's kind of fun. If well, you got to be safe, but.
D. Beeson says, guys, I got beef with the butterfly effect of Dusty's sickness. 1, Marshall and the Buzz have no ODR, possibly all winter. 2, even worse, the lock shop has been on an all-time cold streak. We did go 3 for 3 last night on the parlay, just saying. The lock shop partner parlay and the EST parlay used to keep my count afloat. Now I can make my own terrible bets to drain it. Well, what else? I mean, I did a parlay last Friday on the Oilers game. We hit it. But now the lock shop has drained the account. And 3, I know there's more.
I'd also say the ODR is partly Tammy's fault for not kind of taking the initiative.
I mean, when your husband's really sick, the wife should make the backyard rink.
Exactly.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? But I will get the rink. It's like Wayne with that guitar in Wayne's World. He goes, "Oh yes, it will be mine."
Yeah,
that's me with the backyard rink.
You got a lot of track here.
So we'll get to that. I can't let my kids down. We'll have backyard rink again. I don't know how much they'll use it, but
it's the principle of the thing at this point.
I don't want to sit down to the kids and be like, "I'm building you a backyard rink because you have to work on things." Marshall, you have to work on turning the difficult way, and you need to work on your wrister.
It's for fun.
That's why Daddy's building a backyard rink.
Love of the game.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll be the case. Elizabeth, you have to work on your crossovers. It's the only reason Daddy's. There's no games. There's nothing back there. It's a practice rink. That's what we're gonna do. All right, that was I Got Beef. Thank you for sending in your beefs.
We'll collect them all.
And somebody's gonna win a turkey for the holiday season. You can cook it the
20-pound
day.
bird.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. All right, Aaron Grymes, former EE star defensively, current ambassador with the organization as well, and he's taking part in an event with James H. Brown and Trent and the crew over there, which is awesome. We're going to talk about that. Obviously, I mean, nothing to talk about with the organization lately, I guess. Let's bring in Aaron Grymes on the show this morning. Grymes, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. A former player for sure. I don't know about star, but I do appreciate that there. You're making me sound better than I am.
Well, you had a lot of success.
Star of the tailgate as well, as you're a familiar face down there prior to
How
games.
good is the tailgate, man?
It's amazing, honestly. I wish I didn't have to find out about it. I started going when I got hurt, but I'm glad I did find out about it because I actually ended up getting a stall there the last year I was hurt. So it's good.
It's good having a stall. We had a stall this year. You guys had a riot.
It's
I was
the best.
usually busy
It's
working.
the best.
But try to check your phone for a sec. We'll get to that. All right. So, I want to get to some stuff with the organization, but first of all, great cause with James H. Brown. I know the alumni and ambassadors of the organization have been doing a lot of stuff like this, but tell me what you're doing here and how great it's going to be for the kids.
Absolutely. So partnered up with James H. Brown. Shout out to Shelby Marchand as well. She wanted us to get into some Christmas initiatives with the club. I thought who better to get a hold of than Trent, since I can call him directly.
Yeah.
And he got me set up with Nathan Shelby on his crew. And so we're going to, try to get 100 kids, 100 families, from some marginalized communities and try to bring some holiday cheer, right? Like we all know, the feelings we get during the holidays, but also the holidays can bring some stress too to some families. So we're going to try to get 100 kids together, send them on a shopping spree, and hopefully brighten up their holidays a little bit.
Do you remember your favorite present as a kid? Like, was there one thing you got as a kid that you still remember to this day?
I can't say one gift, but I was definitely like a remote control car, video game kind of guy when I was a kid. And then, you start to get to the age where like I got an 11-year-old daughter and she just wants like shoes and cool jerseys and stuff.
Man, your daughter's 11 already. That's right? I remember covering the training camp, like when she was born and chatting with you after. I can't, but man, 11 years ago? Holy, my son's 9 and my daughter's 7. But yeah, man, I guess time flies. Time absolutely flies.
You're having fun.
Yeah, you talk about this event, and Christmas is a great time. You mentioned it can be a stressful time. Getting presents is great, but having a chance as a kid to go shopping and pick out that's a once in a lifetime experience for a lot of these kids. That's what they're going to get here.
It is. It's once in a lifetime. I mean, you talked about just all the factors that go into this, right? Working with kids up front, having them help us out. I know we've worked with kids up front in the past. So is James H. Brown, to be able to find these kids, who may otherwise not have the opportunity, but then also to be able to bring some local sports, like you mentioned earlier, I'll say stars, not for myself, but hopefully for some other guys who will be there to kind of help them out as well. Like how often do you get to go on a shopping spree with some local sports figures in your town, right? Like a shopping spree alone, but then you also add in the fact that a pro sports team will be there to help out. I think it's a pretty awesome event.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely wonderful time when James H. Brown teaming up with the Elks and Aaron Grymes to make this happen. It's been an interesting month and a half for your organization. I think home run after home run after home run with Morris, and then Herv comes back. Let's just start with Herv. I mean, you were around the organization when he was here last time. The passion that these guys, and I know you have it yourself, but the passion that these guys have for wanting to get this organization back on track, I think goes a long way in winning people back over, does it not?
100%. And I feel like you mentioned, when I was brought into Edmonton, my around, and Ed was the GM, he talked a lot about doing what's best for the community, doing what's best for the club, bleeding green and gold, right? I say this often, Ed was a big reason that I started talking to my wife about moving to Edmonton year round for the community to do things like we just talked about. And you're talking about people who truly live and breathe Edmonton football, and now they're in house again, right? So we know that it's an uphill battle, obviously, to get back to where we want to be, but you got the right people steering the boat for sure.
Aaron, I do like to think of it as Christmas coming early for Elks fans and all of these appointments. The ones we're hearing now are the coordinators, J.C. Sherritt, Jordan Maximic coming home, and Mark Killam announced as well, longtime Stampeder coach, but a guy with connections here, former Golden Bear. What can you tell us right now about these three individuals that you know of? Obviously, we heard Killam speak and say a lot of the right things, but what kind of team DNA would you expect from these three when we can expect these coordinators getting hired?
I think you're going to get a true family atmosphere, right? And I truly believe, like when we won the Grey Cup in 2015, you played a little bit harder for the guy next to you because you knew more about him. You knew where he came from, why he did what he did, right? Who he was doing it for, all those kinds of things. And so we came together and played harder for each other. And one of the things that stood out to me the most when Coach Killam did his press conference was his wife and kids were there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that automatically to me, as a man with wife and kids as well, obviously, it meant a little bit more to me. Like, okay, this guy's all in for the club. He's doing it for his family. I can see that. And then obviously the outreach he's gotten from former players. I've never heard one person or player say something bad about Coach Killam. You know what I mean? So in terms of recruitment and free agency and being able to keep guys here after 1-year contracts, I mean, I feel like the sky's the limit.
It was wild seeing the outpouring of support before he got hired from former players being like, hire this guy, he'll change the West. It was, we were saying earlier, like, I don't know if I've ever seen that in any sport where players are like that passionately being like, hire this guy, he will help your organization. It's just rare, is it? You must care very passionately about a coach to be out there, especially nowadays, and be vocal about it, which I just think says so much about what they've got here in Killam.
And it's got to be authentic, right? Like anybody can go up there and say the right things, but to get that kind of support from your peers and the people you've coached, it's because it was organic, it was authentic. You knew the guy truly cared about you and wanted what's best for you as a person and a player. And I often say players feel the most vulnerable people, like the most vulnerable people in the organization based on job security. So then you got a guy like Killam who's trying to do what's best for you and your family. I mean, you run through brick walls for people like that.
Last one, and I know you got to get your kids to school here, but I do have to get your thoughts. When you were playing alongside J.C. Sherritt, could you tell he was going to be a coach in the future, or did you not see that back then?
100% I've seen it. Like when I first met Jay, he just kind of took me under his wing and let me know, hey, young American kid, like just do the right things. It's going to be okay. I often tell the story about how I kind of wanted to go back home my first training camp in Canada. JC helped me with that. But then we have 8:30 meetings, We have 8:30 meetings in the morning that are player-led only. So like coaches can't come in till 9 o'clock. JC was the guy running those defensive meetings. He had the clicker in his hand. He was running film. He was making sure that the D-line, the linebackers, and the DBs were all on the same page. And he was very good at it already as a player. Right? He was a player coach already. So the fact that he is where he is and he's getting the opportunities that he's getting now is no surprise to me.
Excellent, man. Great catching up with you. Awesome chat. Best of luck with this awesome event that you're doing with James H. Brown. You're going to make a lot of kids very, very happy and feel very, very special during the holidays, and that's what it's all about. We'll chat again, man.
See you in the tailgate.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
See you at the tailgate. That's right. Aaron Grymes joining us on the show. That's a nice little neat story about J.C. Sherritt.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up, he was basically a player's coach when he was playing, and that was a while ago now. So
I think when these two coordinator appointments are made official, I mean that's you're cooking with some good stuff. We all asked, okay, Killam is it, the players, everything like that. Who will the coordinators be? Who he's going to surround himself with here? And I think it's something that fans can. I mean, it's mixed, a little experience mixed in, but younger guys, right? Not we hear about so much retreads in the league and everything, and bringing guys that have done this and done that.
In all leagues, we hear that.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. So these are guys that have experience in their field, but are taking on these challenges here, and they're all going to be doing it together collectively.
And an awesome initiative that we were talking about there. Trent, you heard Grymes say something he wanted to do, so he just gave Trent a call, and James H. Brown hopped on board with this. The holiday season about giving joy, creating memories, and for many families, that's tough to do. So they are going to team up and spread the joy of Christmas between the Edmonton Elks and James H. Brown. And 100 kids are going to have their Christmas be special this year, which, I mean, you love Christmas to be special for every single kid. It's not able to be, but it's awesome that they're going to help some kids who otherwise might not enjoy the holiday season. So shout out to Trent and the Elks and James H. Brown. Awesome initiative over there. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. Rick, we've been doing the show together for, 13, 14 years.
Yeah, and I found out you can't burp.
Yeah, and I can't.
I'm amazed. I'm disappointed and amazed.
Yeah, surprise.
In myself.
I can't burp. And somebody said there's a medical... It's a thing.
Yes, Bruce Boudreau has it.
Part of an elite group. Yeah, Bruce Boudreau has my, whatever it is that doesn't allow me to burp. It said, whatever the muscle is, it would allow me to relax to be able to burp, which doesn't surprise me. I don't relax very often. I wonder if that helps with overall relaxation.
That whole blood pressure thing. I think it's all pipes.
It's all tied into the burp.
It's all pipes.
Yeah, that's I'm going to go to the doctor and they're going to check my blood pressure and be like, excuse me, do you think my blood pressure will go down if I burped? And
then the doctor will take you. Hold up here. Grab me from behind, give you a little...
like I'm a turkey. Dusty's having reverse burp surgery to put that piece back in, whatever it is. I think
if you need a donor.
That would work out okay. Yeah,
you can have a bit of mine.
You're going to give me part of your thing or whatever it is.
You only need part of it.
RPCD or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
No, but we've been doing the show together for well over a decade. Have we ever, and I know some of you will be like, and it's too much, but have we ever talked about this football team this much in the offseason? Because I don't think we have.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a Grey Cup mixed in.
Yeah,
and there have been
some
talented players gracing this team. But in terms of the look ahead, and we knew too when I mean this is a full this is ownership. This has been an ownership change, and one going from a BOG to one specific person. So yeah, this has been a big thing. But we said it has to be done right, and it has to be all done. You can't kind of bring in people that. I think it's all been done right thus far. The results need to come on the field. Yes, that's to be seen. But we've never overseen something like this. We've been here for a Grey Cup. We've been here for some low times. We've been here for some high times. But in terms of such a change like this, it's quite exciting. And I think, again, with the names and individuals brought in, I don't know how. I mean, prove us wrong. Write us out a text or send us a letter on why you don't think that this is something to look forward to and believe in. Love to hear it. Smith TM14, is it June yet?
Frozen goat.
Just warms my heart.
It's so exciting. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun and free agency.
Oh God,
well, we should have a CFL free agency countdown clock on the show every morning, somewhere down near the bottom or something. People, what's
put it on that TV over there?
It's just right there.
Giant clock.
Actually, we could do something like that. I think that would be. I think that would be pretty fun. We'll try to get Herv or Killam on the show next week. Have some time to settle in and have a discussion with those guys. G from South YEG texting and says, Dusty, you're missing out on the donair burp. Having that taste come up again is the best. Ugh.
Can't put a price on that.
I don't technically know if I'm missing out on the Donaire burp. Redemption Donaire might be in the cards tomorrow, boys. Godfather's coming over tomorrow with his boys. We're doing a little Christmas gathering.
Yeah, and we have a little.
And we're having some stuff here.
Soiree.
And I texted him. I said, "Yeah, bring the boys over around 4:30." I said, "We'll order pizza and stuff." And he goes, "What are your thoughts on a Redemption Donaire?" And I was like, "Oh man,
that Godfather, he's a pusher. Eh?
The Godfather strikes again.
Yeah.
I'll come over for the holidays and bring a Redemption Donaire for my former brother-in-law."
And you will be chugging a drink tomorrow. You said that.
Go ahead.
I'll provide it for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll chug pop. I won't burp. I'll probably feel awful, but I won't burp.
Lucas wants a tampering window countdown clock.
Good. Yes.
Not the free agency. We're counting down to the tampering window. you love a good tampering window text, do you not?
Tampering window has a spot in my heart. It's the rouge of off-field conversations. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Third hour's jammed. We better get moving. We got kind of easy trivia. We got 3 questions too many. We got fired up for Gemco fireplaces, the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast, Scalding Hot Takes for Claiborne Services, the Marmot Basin Snow Report, which has arrived. The Marmot Basin Snow Report has been delivered. We'll find out what's the latest with the Freshie up in Jasper. That's going to be happening. Let me get a little peek of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, runs have been groomed.
Oh, there it is.
Runs have been... I'm spoiling it. I'm spoiling it. And then the wrap for William Huff. Third hour is going to be great. We need somebody to play kind of easy trivia right now, though. If you'd like to win a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual Fiesta Fusion on now at Mr. Mike's. And it is delicious. You're going to love it during the holidays. If you'd like to play kind of easy trivia right now, fire us a text. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Trev will choose one of you. You will play kind of easy trivia. And you will get the third hour of this show started just right. Looking forward to that. If you want to play kind of easy trivia, 780-218-9999. 3 questions too many. Also on the way, let's get to an update right now with Lieutenant Eric for Claiborne Services. You are looking for work, journeymen, apprentices. They're hiring everybody. ClaiborneServices.com. Here's the update.
It's game day. The Oilers are back home to host Columbus to kickstart a 3-game homestand. You can join Tom Gazzola. He'll get you set. The GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows run tonight on EST, coverage beginning at 6. It's one of 9 games around the NHL tonight. Just 4 last night. The Kings would rally past the Stars 3-2. LA have won 4 in a row. Shea Theodore scored twice, leading Vegas over Anaheim 4-1. Nashville have dropped 5 straight. They fall to the Leafs 3-2, and Boston double up the Blackhawks 4-2. Fort McMurray skating to a 4-1 victory over Bonnyville in the lone AJHL game. That schedule will pick back up tomorrow with 5 games. Week 14 in the NFL kicking off tonight from Detroit. It's the Packers visiting the Lions. You can join me at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. We'll have an NFL jersey up for grabs via the scoreboard, smoked brisket cheesesteaks on special, and free heated underground parking. 8 games around the NBA tonight. They include the Raptors at home to the West-leading Thunder. More tampering window texts, I'm sure. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. They are hiring all positions, including journeymen, bricklayers, and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind knowing they are an industry leader in safety. For more, visit www.claiborneservices.com or make it easy and call Jeff, 780-910-6728.
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid, about 75 pounds on the basketball court against the neighborhood bully.
Oh my God.
Kicking his behind left, right, and center.
I call you when I need you. My heart's on fire.
When it was all said and done, he was a little upset, so he punched me in the mouth.
You come to me, wild and wild.
My uncles were over on the side, observing, talking amongst themselves, adult things.
When you come to me,
when he punched me in my mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. And you know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back and he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle, looking for protection. Needed Big Brother to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eyes and I said, my uncle's not going to help me. And I punched him in the face. Then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you going to do?
Cavis Reed Pump Up Song remix. Thanks to the boys for putting together one of the best things I've ever heard in my entire life. It's so nice and get very emotional during the holidays. I like to cry a lot during the holidays because they're tears of joy. That's why. It is the Nielson Show brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. They got those hard-to-find SUVs, Trailblazers, Equinox, Trax, and they hide them on the lot. So when you go out there, they say, you got to find them.
The hunt is on.
And they put it looks like a truck over top of it. You have to search underneath all the trucks to find the Trailblazers and Equinoxes and Traxes. Check out all their deals on their website, www.southfortchev.com. Reserve one of those midsize SUVs right now. Nothing like, can you imagine getting a vehicle with a bow on it for Christmas? It's the main reason I wanted to become an NFL player, because NFL players always buy that type of stuff for their family. And we can't do that. Edmonton Sports Talk employees can't buy vehicles.
Joe Burrow bought a Batmobile the other
Yes,
day.
he did.
Bruce Boudreau has the other one. There's only 3.
Yeah, no, they had 10. Joe Burrow's got 1. Bruce has the other 9. This might be your text of the day today.
Yeah, that's what had you cracking up there. That was
Hampton,
really good.
Steve.
Great work.
Bruce has the CFL tampering window in his collection. God, that's real nice. That's real nice. I'm excited about that one.
Changing 200.
Changing 200.
Oh, baby.
I mean, that's nice. This is a 300 day, though. It's game day. Oilers and Blue Jackets tonight. Connor McDavid will be honored with a silver stick.
A Tiffany.
And crystal from Tiffany.
Which, if you miss Tales of the North, factors in a lot. It
does. It was a fun Tales of the North. If you missed day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas,
yes.
We had that in the 6 o'clock hour. And also, how about this? You asked people to sub, and we smashed through 10.6K. So, I mean, I know it's highly unlikely, but if we could hit 11K by Christmas, that'd be a Christmas miracle.
10.7 by the end of the show.
That'd be a Christmas miracle. So if you've not yet subbed to the channel, boy, we would sure love it.
We ran the numbers.
We know. 27% of you aren't subbed to the channel, but you're here watching every single day. So
and you don't get any emails. I know that word is sometimes dirty for people. It doesn't do anything.
It means a lot to us.
And again, you can turn off you don't have to do anything. Just sub.
It's that easy.
Hit the sub.
Just sub to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, man, if we get to 11,000 subs by Christmas,
you'll eat
I will eat something that would be gross. So you know what? I'll say this. Because I'll be going home on like the 20th or 21st.
Yes.
If we can get to 11,000 subs on YouTube by Christmas Day, I will post a video of myself on Twitter eating a pickled herring. And I have not had one of those since my dad forced it upon me when I was like 8 years old.
Pretty good.
Those things are gross.
The whole thing.
Those things are gross.
Eyes, guts, the whole bit.
I'll have a bite of a pickled herring. I will puke all over my family Christmas.
The whole herring.
I'll eat a
you
herring.
I
could choose a smaller one, but I'll have a herring.
A full herring.
Full herring.
Yeah.
If we get to 11,000 subs by Christmas Day. So if you've not yet subbed to the channel, come sub to the channel. I'm disgusted. I think that's the grossest thing ever because the skin is still on the other side.
Oh, they're slippery.
I'm like one of those guys that goes in the woods and posts on TikTok about camping, and they have to only eat pickled herring to survive.
Or maybe you can eat that stinky fish in the can, the Smolgensborg or whatever it is.
Don't want to do that either. It would be a lot to get there. But if you've not yet subbed to the channel, I guess you've got a little bit of motivation now. Find us on YouTube, Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, sub to the channel, and I'll eat a pickled herring on Christmas Day.
The whole fish.
What have I done?
Fish-tastic.
All right, let's play Kind of Easy Trivia for Mr. Mike's. Fiesta Fusion is on now. And once again, we just talked with Grymes about James H. Brown doing awesome stuff for the community. And we love partnering with everybody who does awesome stuff. Like, it's just, people are nice. I know everybody nowadays, you're like, people are, but there's nice people out there. Mr. Mike's, the crew over there, there are a bunch of them. They've got the Fiesta Fusion going on right now. And $1 from every entree sold will help nourish a hungry child through a local breakfast program in the community. So we're feeding kids that need to be fed. Join the Fiesta Fusion at your local Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. They got the patatas bravas, the Fusion Feast platter, chili lime ribeye, and feature drinks is more. I think 3 or 4 feature drinks on that thing. I saw the menu when I was in there on Tuesday night. It's great. Who's playing today, Trev? Who do we got, buddy?
We have Rams guy Rob.
Rams guy Rob.
Yep.
I don't think he's ever played before.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is great.
We'll ask him.
All right, let's bring him in. Rams guy Rob, are you ready to play?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready. He's locked and loaded. Trev, you got the ticker. Trev will start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck, Rams guy Rob. Here we go. Which event announced their official rosters yesterday?
Four Nations.
True or false? Stuart Skinner made Team Canada.
False.
Name one Oiler that was named to Team Sweden yesterday.
Matthias Ekholm.
What country is Austin Matthews from?
America.
Name one NFL team playing tonight.
The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a pattern.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Oh, you better believe that's a pattern.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a pattern.
The first year, we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Congratulations to Rams guy Rob.
Bit of a comedian there.
He was funny. They said Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
And Rams guy Rob would definitely know who'd be playing in the NFL tonight because he's Rams guy Rob.
Yeah.
Unless he's just a big fan of the animal.
Regina Rams.
But, maybe that's what it is.
Loves the youth sport.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? I
What
sure
a
love
twist.
that.
What a twist.
Yeah.
Burglar here. Did you see this? Boys, I'm subbed. It's an absolute no sweater.
No, I don't think it is. I mean, we're over 300 subs away, and we'd have to get 300 subs in the next 20 days.
Oh, no. I think he just means subbing to the channel and how easy it is.
I thought he meant to push to 11. I'm nervous about it already.
I think that, too, is...
I was already, during the break, I was already thinking, like...
It's only December 5th. We have 20 days to accomplish this.
I don't think we get there.
I need to get there
I'm
before
already
Christmas Eve.
sitting there thinking about how nervous I'm going to be on Christmas Day. Like, I don't even know if I should have said this.
Are you going to... What kind of cracker are you going to eat the herring with?
Can I do that?
Well, maybe.
I'll take it.
Oh.
I'll take it, and I'll do it with a saltine.
Because you can... That's usually, the smoked oysters, too. It's nice to kind of put it
on a cracker as
you
well.
Put some salt or hot sauce or whatever. I mean...
Ketchup? What about syrup? I like to put syrup on things.
Syrup on a pickled herring.
What do you think?
I think you should try it.
Imagine if I try it, and because I'm an adult now, I love them.
And then you burp. That'd be a hell of a burp.
That'd be the easiest 11,000. I can't. Don't have to worry about that. All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. And if we hit 11,000 subs before Christmas Day, I will eat a pickled herring from my parents' home in Cranbrook and post it on Twitter Christmas Day. Awesome. Let's get to 3 questions too many today. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
3 questions too many brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki, where if you do eat a pickled herring on Christmas Day, he wants your parents running the video camera for it. Park Mazda.
You rubber boot.
It just ate the fish, you rubber boot.
That would actually be pretty funny.
It'd have to be.
I want my dad to shoot it on the old VHS recorder, too.
Spare no expense.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get that done. All right. Do you have a Twitter account?
Yes.
What is it?
It's at Lieutenant_Eric. But
Cool,
you can follow. You can follow Edmonton Sports Talk at YEG Sports Talk on Twitter. Then you'll know everything that's going on. X, I guess. X.com. We are at 755 followers. So if we get to 6 by Christmas.
No. I've already opened my mouth too much.
You'll be eating all the seafood. An entire shrimp ring.
VR Montenegro says, I've already created 5 more accounts. Just
I love
sub.
it. Yeah,
that's
of course
good.
he did. That's good.
That shouldn't count. I'm going to take on all those fake accounts.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'll suck it up. I'll suck it up.
An account's an account.
Look, sometimes as an adult, you have to sacrifice things for your business.
Maybe you ate a pickled herring sub since we're talking about subs.
Can I put the pickled herring in something?
No,
could I put it in
we're kind of
could I put it in a meatball sub?
Nah. It'd have to be its own pickled herring sub. Just a bunch of pickled herrings, a can of them or a jar of them on a loaf of bread.
I'll settle with one. I'll suck it up.
12-incher.
Yeah. All right.
Also give our YouTube page a follow. A like and a subscribe. YouTube.com, Edmonton Sports Talk. Simple.
And on did you say Instagram already?
I did not.
Do the Instagram account because Reed Wilkins is doing sweet dunks over there.
Very nice. Yeah, he dunked on you. He posterized
He did.
you
He
yesterday, did
posterized
not?
me
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah, he was LeBron, and I was every player who's played in the last 20 years. All right. But yeah, no. What is our Instagram handle?
Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Edmonton
simple.
Sports Talk.
The
Yeah,
only one
very
different
simple,
is the Twitter, or the X, YEG Sports Talk, which is Edmonton. So it's
All right, question number one. Guys, and Trev, get ready on this. Give us an answer. If it's not McDavid, McKinnon, or McCarr, who do you think on any team can end up being the MVP of the Four Nations?
Lucas Raymond.
Wow. Deep pull.
Hey, trying to go out
Did
there.
you just pick that because your brother's name is Lucas?
No, I just found it funny when they're announcing the team. Blah, 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 Raymond.
Yeah,
Like it's one of those names that you kind of don't really.
Yeah, that's.
No,
that's
I just go around the horn. I mean,
you know what? I'll say Connor Hellebuck.
yeah.
I'll say Connor Hellebuck with the United States. And look, the U.S. has a really good team. But if Connor Hellebuck rolls through this thing and allows 6 goals in 4 games or 7 goals in 4 games and the U.S. wins it, undoubtedly will be the MVP of this thing. So I will say Connor Hellebuck.
You did have USA goaltending tops of the Four
It's
Nations.
the best goaltending. It's not even close. Trev, I know you're perusing rosters right now. You're stroking your chin, trying to figure out who to go with.
That Hellebuck's a good one. That's what I was going to say. So
Thanks, Trev.
Yeah, Connor Hellebuck. I like that a lot. If it's not McDavid, Crosby, McKinnon, or McCarr, is that what it was?
Yeah, those 3 guys are out.
Could I say McCarr?
No, I said those 3 guys are out.
But I could say Crosby.
You could say Crosby if you want, yes.
I'm saying Crosby.
Okay.
Because he was the tournament MVP back in 2016. I like what you had to say earlier. I still think he's got it, man. I would love to be a fly on the wall just to see what when he speaks, just how he speaks, and just seeing McDavid, McKinnon, all of them listen. Marner, Seth Jarvis, the youngest player on Team Canada. So you know what? I think Sidney Crosby's still got it. He's been plagued, playing with the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. They've just got no one on that lineup. But you put him on the same line with McKinnon, Marchand, I still think he's going to rack up some points and just play that all-round amazing game that he has. So I'm going with Sid the Kid.
All right, Sid the Kid. Somebody in the chat said Matt Boldy. Wouldn't that be something? But Boldy's a great player. But that would be, I don't know if Chris G was joking there or if he was being legitimate. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. Smithy the Weller says definitely Helly will be MVP of the tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if when the MVP odds come out for this, and I guess we could probably get them ready anytime, so cool bet. Let's hop on these MVP odds now that we know all the rosters officially. I wouldn't be surprised if Hellebuck's the favorite to win the MVP. I mean, Canada, you've got McKinnon and McDavid, and who's going to win? There's too many. But if the U.S. wins this tournament, Hellebuck's going to be the MVP.
Yep.
So we'll see how it plays out. Question number 2. Guys, with the staff that they've now put together, do you think Trey Ford would be crazy to not re-sign in Edmonton?
Well, if he's not re-signing in Edmonton, then where is he going? And again, we've gone over all the options. We've exhausted them, have we not? I don't chart me a path or show me a world in which he's getting a starting job somewhere else or an ideal backup role somewhere else. I just don't see one. So the question was again, sorry? I mean, yes, he's here.
I mean, with the staff here now, would he be crazy not to resign?
Yes.
I mean, I would tend to agree with you. And now, Herv did say that he wants Trey to have to compete for the number 1 job.
That's okay.
So there's a competition here for Trey to be number 1. I'm looking at it and saying, can he get a competition for number 1 job somewhere else? So let's just do this. He's not competing with Nathan Rourke in BC for the number 1 job. Mm-hmm. He's not competing with Vernon Adams Jr. for the number 1 job in Calgary. Right. He's not competing with Zach Collaros to be the number 1 quarterback of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I'm not sure what the quarterback situation is going to be with the Riders, but if they bring back Trevor Harris,
you're not competing.
When Trevor Harris is the number 1 guy. He's not going to be competing for the number 1 job in Hamilton.
Montreal's out.
Montreal already has their guys, so there's no reason to do that.
Toronto if Chad
Kelly's back,
and Duke,
they're not bringing Trey Ford out. And then there's Ottawa, who gave some money to Drew Brown last year. And I think when everybody was healthy there, Drew Brown did. So I don't even think he can get the opportunity to compete with somebody for a number one job somewhere else. So, of course, he should sign here.
Yeah.
I mean, if not given the number one job, he'll have a really good chance to compete and take the number one job.
Yeah, because if you're competing against a guy like, for example, Jeremiah Masoli,
yes.
I mean, there's not a lot of track lift on his, odometer, so you should be able to beat him out. But again, it'd be a good veteran presence backing him up if that would be the case. So yeah, it's a boring answer.
I think he'd be absolutely nuts to not re-sign here. If he's looking at fastest path to playing.
Check his mental capacity.
It seems like an absolute no-brainer. Unless he wants to go and just be straight up designated the backup somewhere else, the best he can do here is compete for number one spot in Edmonton.
Yeah. And he should get it.
I think he would get it.
Based on the competition
I think he would get it. I don't know.
Coming in here, yeah.
I mean,
but maybe the best
he'll
man
be
win.
competing, but Trey Ford will be starting week 1 for Edmonton. Question number 3. If the staff of Edmonton Sports Talk made a consensus wish list for Santa this year, what do you guys think would be at the top of it? So we had to sit down in the meeting yesterday and be like, what do we want for Christmas around here?
A big, giant electronic billboard out front of the studio.
Wow. Really?
Just my answer.
You mean outside of the building?
Yeah, outside on the that AstroTurf lawn or whatever. Or in the park.
We are going to have our logo on the side of the building. William Huff's taking care of that. So that'll be nice. So hopefully in the new year, when you come, you'll be driving by, you'll see Edmonton Sports Talk on the side of the building, which, tear to my eye, is very cool.
We already have a huge parking lot.
We have a good parking lot. We have the basketball hoop.
Is the big electronic billboard.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good.
And can you imagine EST, and it could be us, and we could have separate shows kind of
shows.
On a roll. But then also Victor from the spa. He could kind of buy time on there, right?
Yeah, but it's just him and Victor. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to fire a Victor a text too. Yeah. We'll see him today. I've taken up smoking so I can chat with other people in the building.
That's a good business decision on your part.
Good.
Yeah.
Trev, what would you like? We have this basketball hoop that people are very much excited about.
Oh, so much fun.
We are having good games at 21 over there. What do you think the office would put on the top of a wish list?
Yeah, and I thought this was unanimous. I've only heard stories of the Tecmo Bowl?
It's Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yes. So
like a stand-up arcade game.
Yeah, so I thought that would be, without a doubt,
that would be my number one. I think it would be number one.
I think that would be Maddie's.
Maddie, Hernan, and I were all in the league.
Yeah.
So that's an automatic for us.
For sure.
I know Jay would want to get in on some Tecmo Bowl.
As would I.
Yeah, you want to play too.
Riedrich would as well. Zach's a gamer.
We're looking at least like an
Same with
8-man
Tammy.
league. We're talking about an 8-man league here, basically.
So I think
that would be sweet. Mm-hmm. Santa, if you're watching,
please make it happen. Please.
Fingers crossed.
More games.
Fingers crossed. Those things come with like 6,000 games. The old place, we only played one.
Yeah.
Like literally, I could take one of those games, and if only had Tecmo Super Bowl in there, I don't think anybody in the office would complain. What a great game. All right, let's go here. Let's go fired up right now for Gemco Fireplaces. I think there's an interesting conversation to have here, and I think Oilers fans should be fired up about this one thing coming from the Four Nations. And, we'll see how much we get locked in. We'll see how competitive the hockey is. I think it should end up being pretty good. But Fired Up is brought to you by Gemco Fireplaces. Proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need, they are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. I think Oilers fans should be fired up about this one thing. Now, it's not like the rest for Skinner and Hyman and Bouchard over the Four Nations break will be terrific. You should probably be relatively happy about that. But I think, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Connor McDavid being around Sidney Crosby for an event like this, and I don't want to take anything away from McDavid's all like leadership style or anything. Like when he finally he gets a chance here in his prime as both a talent on the ice and a captain of the Oilers to be around a guy like Sidney Crosby at a competitive event for Canada. I don't know if I'm trying to read too much into this, but I think Oilers fans should be pretty fired up that anything that Sidney Crosby does from a leadership perspective and a competitive perspective and a represent your country perspective, if anything from that rubs off on Connor McDavid, Four Nations face-off is a huge win no matter what happens.
This is like going back and taking a high school course to boost up the grade before going to that university again, right?
Before going in there again.
It's getting that, just getting that extra knowledge.
Don't you think?
That extra little bit.
Now, I would say an Olympic experience would probably lead to a more sustained tournament. Being around a guy for 2.5 weeks, winning an Olympic medal,
an Olympic village,
learning from, and he might get that next year. I mean, if Sidney Crosby's in the league next year, which he will be, he'll be on the Olympic team, so he'll get that next year. But I think getting a taste of it this year and bringing that back, and maybe I'm just overrating how maybe I view Sidney Crosby at this stage of his career, but everything this dude's accomplished, like all the team goals that this guy has accomplished, Connor McDavid has not. Connor McDavid has not been around this guy who has been there and done that and had the expectations that Connor's had and has lived up to them. And I think it could go a long way for Connor McDavid. I know it's a short event, but I think Connor McDavid being there at this event alongside Sidney Crosby, and look, McKinnon's won a cup, and Makar has won a cup, and lots of these guys have won cups. Connor McDavid is the face of the league. Sidney Crosby was the face of the league. Sidney Crosby has delivered the biggest goal in Canadian, well, one of the biggest goals in Canadian history. Sidney Crosby has accomplished everything you possibly want to accomplish. And now Connor McDavid, who from an individual perspective has already accomplished everything you want to accomplish, but from a team perspective, since the age of 18 years old, has basically not been able to win anything. To be around Sidney Crosby, even for 10 days, I think could go a long way for Connor McDavid, and I think people should be fired up about that. Trev, as an Oilers fan, do you not have to? You look like you've got goosebumps over there.
I was just going to say, I've got goosebumps, Dusty. Well said. Oh, yes, that's exactly. Who knows? Could that be the missing piece? I don't know, but I'm so here for the, Connor McDavid just taking in whatever Sidney Crosby has to say. Sidney Crosby's going to captain this team. And I know Connor McDavid, he's a sponge, right? He's all hockey. He's going to be taking everything so seriously. So, yeah, you couldn't have said it any better there, Dusty. I've often thought this, maybe that's what he needs. Sidney Crosby joins the league. He's got Super Mario for 1 year. How much did Super Mario, tell him in that 1 year? Show him the ropes. I feel like that's one thing Connor McDavid has kind of lacked. And you talk about Nathan MacKinnon as well. He's buddies with Sidney Crosby. How much has Sidney Crosby told Nathan MacKinnon every offseason when they're in the Zamboni, they're in the drive-thru for Tim Hortons? Right? So, yeah, I am so fired up about that, Dusty. I've been
wanting to talk about it for a while, but now that the roster's on, I was like, man.
You wanted to make sure they both made the team.
Yeah, I had to make sure they were both on.
You didn't want to kind of get ahead of yourself there.
I didn't want to.
But I'm a big believer in what you just said. I think the exact same thing.
Strummy says, I think you're probably reading into it too much. Most likely would have played a factor earlier in 97's career, which I do agree with you. Earlier in the career would have been great too, but I still think there's something there for Connor McDavid to take away from Sidney Crosby.
For sure. He's just in the locker rooms. Connor, maybe don't say this is dig in right now. This is how I would have handled it.
But maybe it goes different. Maybe there's too much leadership, and Connor says no, and then it leads to locker room dust-ups and bust-ups.
Oh my God!
And it's a total,
can you imagine?
Right? Maybe that's
Sidney
how
Crosby and
this all goes.
Connor McDavid
Hope not.
are fighting over the room at the Four Nations.
There's a headline for you.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Turns out they are not friends. They do not get along.
Hate each other.
They do not want to.
Just don't mesh. Their personalities just don't
they're on the opposite side of the rooms, and they just have staring contests all day.
I want to be the captain.
A locker room divided, eh?
And Makar and MacKinnon are just playing ping pong in the middle. Saskatoon Munchers in and says, guys, I also think Crosby is going to be wearing the C in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And come next year, Crosby will make the decision himself to hand the baton to McDavid to wear the C for the Olympics.
Stat holiday.
That gives me a tear. I'm shedding a tear right now.
It's the holidays, Trev.
Oh.
It's okay to cry, my man.
Yeah.
All right.
How cool is
7-8.
that?
But I think Oilers fans should be fired up. The level of it, who knows? But there's got to be a little something there that McDavid takes away from Crosby as a captain at an event
Here
like
I
this.
thought we couldn't get more fired up for the Four Nations face-off. And you're, I mean, I again, we should all get off work. They should close the nation down during the tournament.
I'm going to Gemco today to buy 2 Napoleon fireplaces.
Just for the tournament.
Just because everything's so fired up right now. All right, on the way. Is Gager already here? Okay, well, you know what? We'll do Scalding Hot Takes, then we'll do the Orange and Blue Breakfast.
Oh, baby.
Come on, so get ready. Get those takes ready, boys. We'll get to Scalding Hot Takes coming up just after 8:30 here. Still to come, the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast, getting you ready for the Oilers and the Blue Jackets tonight. The Marmot Basin Snow Report, locked and loaded, ready to go. How many runs have been groomed? Find out around 8:50 today. And then we'll get into the wrap for William Hoffer. We had some amazing Bruce Boudreau text today after just another all-time hit from Bruce Boudreau. Like, give this man an Esty right now.
Beauty list.
It's just incredible stuff. Gager's going to judge Scalding Hot Takes. Eric looks to defend the mint. But before that, if you're looking for something to sit or sleep on, or maybe something you can do both on at the same time, sit and sleep has you covered. Eric's got more with an update.
Game day as the Oilers are back home to host the Blue Jackets, opening up a 3-game homestand. Tom Gazzola will have the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows tonight here on EST. Coverage begins at 6. It's one of 9 games around the league later tonight. Just 4 last night. Predators, they fall 3-2 to the Leafs. Kings over Dallas 3-2. Shea Theodore scored a pair, leading Vegas over Anaheim 4-1. And it was the Bruins doubling up the Blackhawks 4-2. Action will resume tomorrow night in the AJHL with 5 games. Just one last night saw Fort McMurray defeat Bonnyville 4-1. Week 14 in the NFL begins tonight from Detroit. It's the Lions and the Packers. You can join me for this one at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Smoked brisket cheesesteaks on special, an NFL jersey up for grabs, and free heated underground parking. 8 games around the NBA tonight, including the Raptors hosting the West Leading Thunder. Black Friday savings continue now at Sit and Sleep. Today until Sunday, all Canadian-made custom sofas, sectionals, and bedrooms are all on sale. You can save up to 50% off select floor samples, 20% off home accents, and more. Plus, make no payments until 2026 interest-free. Also, make any purchase over $9.99 this week and receive free local white glove delivery with full setup and installation. Don't miss the massive Black Friday furniture and mattress sale event on now at Sit and Sleep, South Edmonton Common next to Planet Fitness.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
8:34 with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here, Dusty. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev with you as well. Nielson Show brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. You can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. You can also text me if you have my number. And Cam from... This is a good point. This is kind of exactly what we're just talking about. Cam from GCL Diesel. We got the Orange and Blue Breakfast for GCL Diesel coming up. He texts me, he says, Dusty, Mario's career took off after spending time with Gretzky at the 1987 Canada Cup. That's what Connor missed out on during his career.
There we go.
This mentorship would be great for him. And really, just to follow up on Cam's point, what have been the example of leadership that Connor McDavid has had since he took over or since he joined this organization? A handful of coaches over 10 years. What great leaders did the Oilers have in place to help this guy become a leader himself? I mean, he's almost had to do it single-handedly.
Pat Maroon.
Milan Lucic. Taylor Hall.
There's a long list.
And Jordan Eberle.
Like these,
He had no one.
Exactly. Which is why I think 10 days with Sidney Crosby could still help him at this stage.
But what if they don't win the tournament?
One season of Duncan Keith.
You know what?
That's another one.
That's probably the closest thing we're talking about. Corey Perry now.
Yeah.
Like they haven't done a great job ushering in his leadership era and helping him out along the way. So shout out to Connor for becoming what he's become with not much guidance along the way. All right. Scalding hot takes. Oh, look, he's got the wig on and everything. All rise. It's the judge, Joaquin Gage. There he is. Gager, what's up, buddy?
Court is now in session.
Did you just say that? You got the gavel at home, too. I absolutely love it. All right, Scalding Hot Takes brought to you by Clayburn Services. We'll get into that leadership thing on Two Guys today. It's you and me, Gager. I don't know if somebody else from the station is going to hop on with us today.
Just two guys.
Well, yeah, Cass is on vacation. So I don't know. Maybe Nanso slides. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So maybe somebody hop in with us. But we'll be talking about some of that leadership stuff. Scalding hot takes for Clayburn Services. Take your career to the next level with Clayburn Services. They're hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind knowing that they are an industry leader in safety. Visit www.clayburnservices.com or just give Jeff a call at 780-910-6728, which is where I forwarded a Chiefs Mark Killam song to this morning. And I hope Jeff got it and he loves it. All right, Scalding Hot Takes, ready to go. You are the defending champions. You'll go first. I'm stuck in that middle spot. And YouTube, Trev has the hammer today. Oh, boy.
Gonna need it.
Yeah, are you ready? Are you ready?
I can't be worse than last week.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't be worse than last week.
People loved it.
No, they didn't.
I think you mailing it in is like a thing. You get the people's vote, the people bump.
Like, people were surprised when I said this is going to be my worst hot takes ever.
But you delivered.
And they were.
You stepped up.
Last week, that was my worst showing ever.
You were like Mark Messier when he said they were going to win.
Yeah, I called it.
You called it. You said it was the worst.
This was the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what I said.
You win the crown.
Yeah.
All right, Judge, you're.
Let's go.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Just like, enough already. All right, Trev, you got the music. You
Sorry,
got the
Your
bits. All right, whenever you're ready, Trev.
Like you're here today, Your Honor.
Hit it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Time now for Scalding Hot Takes.
Sidney Crosby is just about as washed as LeBron James.
Hot take alert.
If Stuart Skinner played better, Evan Bouchard would try harder.
That's a hot take.
Zach Hyman had more goals than Sorelli in points last season.
Careful. That take's hot.
The Four Nations face off, more like the Four Nations face on.
The hottest of takes.
If Stuart Skinner played better, Rasmus Anderson would request a trade to the Oilers.
Wow, scalding hot take.
Nurse, Bouchard, and Hyman walk into a bar to watch McDavid rep Team Canada because they didn't make the team because they suck.
Hot take alert.
How can Austin Matthews represent the USA when he spent more time in Germany this season?
That's a hot take.
If Stuart Skinner played better, Trev's dryer would have never broken down.
Careful. That take's hot.
Dustin Nielson is all gas, no burps.
The hottest of takes.
Burps are just sneezes that are possessed.
Wow, scalding hot take.
If Stuart Skinner played better, the Oilers would have enough cap space to actually carry a full roster.
Hot take alert.
If Team Canada loses, it will all be Stuart Skinner's fault.
That's a hot take.
I would like to get closer to Bruce Boudreau, but I don't know if that's possible.
Careful. That take's hot.
If Stuart Skinner played better, Darnell Nurse wouldn't be blamed for potholes on Stony Plain Road.
The hottest of takes.
When Bouchard told McDavid to have fun repping Team Canada, McDavid said, have fun repping Team Canada.
Wow, scalding hot take.
Team Canada. All right, let's go to the judge who does have a smile on his face. Gager, lots to work with here today.
That was there was a lot. It came down to the final take today, boys. Like that was probably the closest, aside from when we did go to the playoff. I thought we were going to have a 3-way playoff here.
Holy smokes!
By a nose, Dustin Nielsen takes.
Whoa! It's.
I will say right now, I am stunned.
Wow!
I didn't think I was taking it down. Is it love of a goalie that got this thing done today, Gager?
It's topical. It's what's on everyone's mind. Eric, your last take was brilliant. Trev's third take got an extra tick. What was your
third take, Trev?
I don't know. Oh, Dustin Nielsen is all gas, no burps.
Yeah, that was
funny. It was
Rick. You had one that really made me laugh.
The third one.
Which one it was? Was it the third one for Rick too? What was your third one? Yeah.
You didn't like the LeBron James wash?
No, I didn't like that one. By the way,
burps are just sneezes that are possessed.
No, the other one.
How can Austin Matthews represent the States when he spend more time in Germany this season?
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. All right, Gager. Well, thanks, man. This is awesome. A holiday
Great
mix.
job, boys.
I love it. All right, we'll see you in the office later, Gager.
Can't wait.
There you go. Let's walk in, Gage.
So the mitt on the move.
The reaction here is exactly what I expected. I did not expect to win it. I thought it was going down to one of you two guys, to be honest with you.
What a farce.
Not gonna lie, so did I.
Farcical, hey, Trev?
Not gonna lie.
I thought it was LT between
Trev,
LT and myself.
Rick, what was give me your other two. Give me your fourth and fifth. Let's do this. I won, but I want to hear both of your guys again because I think both of you should have won.
When we're in the hot arena, like the lights are bright and we're kind of we black out for a minute.
Yeah.
Eh?
What was your fourth one?
The Four Nations face off, more like the Four Nations face on.
That was my favorite
face
one.
off.
That was my favorite one.
I like that.
What was your fifth one?
I would like to get closer to Bruce Boudreau, but I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know how you didn't win today. I mean, I'm sorry. I think you should have won.
But you were on a theme. You were on a theme.
I was on a theme. It was
Sometimes
a
that
goalie.
gets you.
Gager likes to defend. I'll be honest. I used a strategy today.
You played the game.
Sometimes you got to play the game. And Trev, what was? Give me your five again. There were some good ones in there. There's a couple.
When Bouchard told McDavid to have fun repping Team Canada, McDavid said, "Have fun repping Team Canada," because he didn't make the team.
That's a good one. I like that.
If Team Canada loses, it'll all be Stuart Skinner's fault.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. Dustin Nielsen is all gas, no burps. The walk into the bar one was okay, but it was a little long.
Yeah, that one was a little.
And then the first one, I kind of just.
But you had a couple good ones though.
Meh. Better.
I thought you were getting it for sure today. I'm stunned.
Yeah, I thought it was a two-peat.
Did you say a farce? Hey,
a little bit.
I don't think the person who ever won has agreed with farce, but I don't know, man. I think I kind of stole this one.
Well, make sure you mail him his check.
I mean, technically, I do pay him
There's
every
two big
month.
bags of laundry that you need washed, right? Here, Gager. The money
the
signs
cash.
on
Because of the cash.
Cash,
it's true.
cash.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's Scalding Hot Takes for Claiborne Services. I was saying earlier that
Russian spa guy says, "What? I thought Dusty was throwing it today."
I mean,
a bit of
I did kind of mail it in last night when I was doing my tags. Sometimes mailing it in works, I guess. I was saying earlier that I was sending a Chiefs song about Mark Killam to Jeff over at Claiborne Services, but instead I'll just play it right now.
He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 35, the 20, the 25, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Elks. Dun, 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 dun. Mark Killam, you are now the new head coach of the Elks. Dun, 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 dun. Herbie Morris and Killam, you need to get some recruiting done. Dun, 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 dun. Your mission is to get the Elks to the playoffs, get some great recruits in here, and win the Grey Cup. Dun, 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 dun. You got to keep Trey Ford and Geno Lewis and a few of the other guys. Dun, 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 dun. But the ultimate goal is to win the Grey Cup. Do, 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 do. So, Mark Killam, if you accept this challenge, you are on the hot seat. Do, 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 do. Go, Elks, go.
How do you do
on the hot seat?
How do you do a Mark Killam welcome song and put him on the hot seat?
Haven't even had a training camp.
Holy smokes, Atif.
I cannot wait until his free agency song, which he goes over the entire free agent list.
Head signing in Winnipeg.
God, look at it.
I like I think my favorite part was when he forgot that 15 came after 20 on the countdown.
One take.
All right, there you go. That's the latest from Atif, who's not an AM Nasty member, if you can believe it.
Van Owen says wheels and 20 don't get along.
No.
Did he skip 15 yards?
Yeah, I think they said 35 twice. 40, 35, 35, 30. What a beauty. All right, Oilers play the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. Let's get into your orange and blue breakfast on the show today. Brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine components and experts proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. It's the orange and blue breakfast. Understood. Right? I'm just so jealous of that Reed bit.
It's a hell of a bit.
When we were driving here a couple days ago, and I was saying how Marshall became a huge fan of Reed. When Reed did his like pregnant pause there, I looked back at Marshall. Marshall was just like,
he's screaming, dead air,
we were both waiting for it, and then he's like, yeah, can you, like at the old place? If Reed did that bit at the old place, our old boss would come in and be like, excuse me, that's it's dead air.
The red light would be going on.
You can't do this funny bit. The client probably loves, not allowed to do that. But over here, this is a wild, wild west.
I want it lasting minutes.
Yeah.
I want to see how far they can go.
I want to see how far Reed will actually push that.
Come on.
Like, let's truly make a bit out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where you have to get to. All right, the Oilers and the Blue Jackets tonight. Edmonton coming in off that road trip in which they got 4 of a possible 6 points. They are coming into this game after being shut out for the 4th time in their first 25 games. We will find out more this morning on Zach Hyman. The last time we saw these guys, McDavid, Kapanen, and Nuge, Draisaitl, Brown, and Podkolzin, Henrique, Matthias Janmark, and Skinner, Derek Ryan, Corey Perry, and Drake Kajula. On the back end, of course, they keep listing Nurse and Stature, but Nurse and Ekholm, or Nurse and Kulak are together quite a bit. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, and whoever, and then a different combination of that, Kulak, Emberson, or Kulak with Nurse as well. You go to Skinner tonight? Coming off a 1-0 loss,
It's the Tiffany
played 2
game.
of 3 on the
It's
trip.
the Tiffany game.
McDavid will be honored.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens there. If Zach Hyman can go, well, Kajula was already sent down, right? So you don't have to worry about that. But where is Kapanen if Hyman can go? That'll be the question. I would think, I mean, personally, I'd slide him on with Draisaitl and Podkolzin, and then move Brown down. You put Brown with Henrique and Skinner, but then you're moving Matthias Janmark, Derek Ryan, and Corey Perry. I mean, you go with Derek Ryan, Corey Perry, and Connor Brown, I guess, 3 right shots together on your 4th line. You know what I could see the coaching staff doing? Moving Matthias Janmark to the left side, playing Connor Brown on the right side with Henrique, and making Jeff Skinner your 4th line winger with Derek Ryan and Corey Perry.
Where he belongs.
Oh, jeez. Careful. That takes hot. You're going to get the mitt right back. As for the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight, Monahan with Marchenko, Voronkov, Fantilli with Kent Johnson and Cole Sillinger. Somewhat of a kid line there. Justin Danforth, who Bob Stauffer just loves, in between Zach Austin Reese and Matthew Olivier. And then Corrali with LeBanc and James Van Riemsdyk still grinding.
JVR.
Much respect there. Couldn't get on that American club. Interesting. Zach Werenski with Dante
Did he get the
Fabro.
snub, though?
The waiver claim that was never made, but still got away for Oilers fans.
Yeah.
Provorov. Man, I'd have some time for Provorov.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a team.
There's a little smoke.
With Severson and then Jake Christensen and Jordan Harris. Let's get to your podium physiotherapy injury report. Guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight. Knee pain from that nagging ACL injury, hip or shoulder pain slowing you down, back pain after a long day at work. Many of you probably have all of these things.
Yeah.
They've got you covered, whether it's a sports injury, post-op recovery, or the wear and tear of your everyday life. The expert team is there to get you back on track. Podium Physiotherapy. Unlock the athlete in you. Who do we got? Who's missing tonight?
Vander Kane, Victor Arvidsson literally missing. We still don't know. I think the naming to the Sweden team is just to kind of see if he'll pick up the call. Like,
Just to see.
Let us know.
The Oilers said, hey, can you put him on the team to see if see what he says?
Just throw it out there.
We're also trying to put him on our team.
Hyman day-to-day as well, as you kind of mentioned there. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, the visiting Blue Jackets tonight, Erica Branson listed as a game-time decision. On the IR is Boone Jenner. Day-to-day is Gavin Brindley, and Igor Shinnikov is out as well.
What's your key to a victory tonight for the Edmonton Oilers?
Well, don't overlook this one, too. I think Bruce pointed it out.
Boudreau made a good point.
This is a bit of a bogey club for the Oilers, and I know more so maybe in Columbus than here in Edmonton, you would like to think. And we were joking a bit, but it is a big night. There's a festivity before the puck drop and all that stuff, and I just think, you've got such a high-octane, high-emotional game in Vegas that you really left it all out on the ice for. Can't take this one light. And I know from a fan's point of view, you see that Blue Jackets logo, and traditionally that's kind of where your mind wanders. But Bruce did mention they have a penchant for scoring goals this season, and they do have a bit of firepower. So, I mean, not to say that you take any game lightly. It's kind of a weak answer, but they can't overlook this thing. I don't know if it's simple as just rerunning the Vegas game back, but they will have to be a bit stout defensively to slow down the offense that Columbus does possess. And a bounce-back game from Stuart Skinner.
Well, the Columbus...
I just
don't even. The Columbus Blue Jackets have won 5 of the last 6 against the Oilers. In those 5 wins, they scored 6 goals, 4 goals, 6 goals, 3 goals, 5 goals. So they've scored goals against Edmonton. The Blue Jackets, coming in off that loss against Calgary, prior to that, they scored 6 against Chicago, 5 against Calgary. Put up 5 on Carolina in a win, scored 7 against Tampa in a win, and put up 5 against the Bruins in a win, and 6 against the Penguins in a win. So, I mean, this is a team, like you mentioned, that certainly can score goals. The Oilers, of course, had won 3 in a row before dropping that 1-0 game to Vegas. Game day prediction tonight. And you know what? I'm just going to rip this Band-Aid off. I'll just throw it out there right now. Connor McDavid gets a hat trick tonight. He's going to be honored. Gets the silver stick, the crystal, the Tiffany crystal. Yeah. There's that Tiffany crystal bump.
We've heard so much about it.
Yeah, for Connor McDavid tonight. In like a 6-4, 6-3 type of win.
Real old time.
Hey, we're hammering the over.
Yeah.
We're hammering the over. Absolutely. It's 6.5 at Coolbet. Overs -132. The others are heavy, -270 favorites on the money line. We will dive into that NHL schedule. It's a busy NHL schedule tonight. We'll get to that on the Lock Shop today, and we'll also give you our best bets for the Packers and the Lions tonight as well. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We are very close to 300, 18 away. Let's change that before we get to 9 o'clock. And like I said, if we get to 11,000 subs by Christmas Day, I will eat a pickled herring and put the video up on Twitter.
Commentated by your mom and dad.
Sure.
HR Daddy,
whatever.
Nana.
We're not getting there. It doesn't matter. We're not getting there. It doesn't matter. I'm pickled herring free in my worries.
HR Daddy, get your favorite brand today, I think, and put him on ice. Put him on ice for the big man.
You know, I'm so confident we're not going to get there. I'll go on Twitter today, post a video saying what I'll do with the link to sub.
I'll retweet it.
I see if we'll even get some of those pity subs, just to try to see me eat that.
The accounts are being created. There's bot factories somewhere in the Czech Republic right now.
At this point, I'm feeling very confident. All right, let's do this. Snow report. Marmot Basin. Shred the gnar.
So stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just
I'm
stoked. Stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
We've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
Another warm day out in Jasper at Marmot. Temperature of 0 this morning. Skies are a mix of sun and cloud. 46 centimeter base with 10 centimeters of snowfall in the last 5 days. 6 of 7 lifts operating. And they're working on getting the new knob chair open soon.
The knob chair?
Taking the knob.
That's spelled with a K.
It's right with a K. 12 runs were groomed last night in both the lower and upper mountain. This mountain sounds huge. The forecast is snow for the weekend.
And fun.
Snow for the weekend.
Fun. Snow.
For the weekend. Snow for the weekend. Need somebody to yell right here where they just go, Marmot! Skiing. So, it's your Marmot Basin snow report. SkiMarmot.com. Check them out. for all the great deals they got going on. All right, let's dive into the wrap for William Huff. We've got lots to get to still on the show today. What did we learn on the program today? William Huff, they've been doing this since 1952. I mean, they're great at building signs and wraps and basically anything you need to make your company look good. Bruce and his team's got you covered. What did we learn on the show today, guys? What do we got?
I learned that you can order a coddled egg if you so choose at a breakfast restaurant. You can coddle eggs. Jerry in the house?
Jerry, Haraxi's here, Spirit of Edmonton. That's trouble. That's
full box
trouble.
of orange liquid.
My goodness. Yeah, it's good seeing you, buddy.
I think Jasmine is a...
she's never had sluice juice.
This will be the first. This should be entertaining.
I think I might dabble in some sluice juice today.
I'll join you in a cup.
Why not?
Well, it's the holidays.
Cheers. Yeah. All right, cheers. Trev, what'd you learn today?
I learned a lot. I learned that you can't or won't burp.
Can't. It won't.
No,
it's can't.
He chooses.
I can't burp. I physically can't burp, you guys.
So that I learned that. Bruce Boudreau, quite the collector.
Yes, we did learn that too. Bruce Boudreau.
Very interesting.
Has an autographed game-used ball from Sandy Koufax 1966 perfect game and Rudy's signed helmet.
That's a big one.
And each team has a room too. Yeah, the team rooms.
That's insane.
Undertaker's casket in there.
That was a good one too.
He's got Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon's
hospital bed.
Hospital
bed. There's lots of good text today on that.
So he has a lot of cool memorabilia. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, I just was like, we're talking Pro-Am. Let's just ask Bruce if he collects. And Bruce Boudreau is getting awesome on this show.
Is the text of the day involved as well with that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Not only is he a collector, he is the collector.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. The collector, Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah.
That's a great nickname for him. Let's bring in the collector.
Thank you.
Bruce Boudreau. That would be good. All right, let's get to the text of the day for A&W. You've been waiting. You've wanted it. And, of course, A&W is going to deliver. Mushroom mozzarella. Finally back. Limited time only. 3 sizes. Buddy, Mama, and the Big Unk. Timeless classic. Comes fully loaded with mouth-watering mozzarella, cremini mushrooms, grilled onions, grainy Dijon aioli. What are you waiting for? Try the mushroomy mozzarella goodness at your nearest A&W. Starting at $4.99 plus is game day. Mama Burger and fries. $4.99. $5. $5. Only at A&W. Text of the day today. Do we go to Hampton Steve? Hampton Steve? Bruce Boudreau has the CFL tampering window in his collection. Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss.
Too good.
I mean, that was terrific. We got some plans, actually. Spurred on some plans. And we'll just say the fine folks at Nisku Glass be waiting for a text.
Yes.
Because we have a great idea.
Yes.
Well, I think this would be one of our best bits of all time.
It very well could be.
I think it could be.
I can see it now, clearly.
I'll hold it up and I'd be like on the romper room.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun. All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. Can we run back the first day of Christmas? You got the pipes in you?
You got the pipes in you want. I can drop them down.
I know you can.
I can even do it tonight at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Week 14 in the NFL, Packers and Lions. We'll spit a few bars there if you want.
Yeah, we'll give a gift certificate for that away right now too. Right away. If you like the Packers plus 3.5, text Packers. If you like the Lions minus 3.5, text Lions. And if you get it correct, you go into a draw tomorrow, win a gift certificate. Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Join this guy tonight. All right, here we go. 12 days of Christmas, day number 1.
On the first day of Christmas, EST gave to me local programming 6 to 6 daily.
And then tomorrow he does day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah.
I'm staring at it right now.
It's pretty cool how we make this work, right? It's pretty good. All right, man.
11 to go.
I know. I'm giddy over this. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
You'll never guess.
I think I have a guess.
I don't think you do.
It's not us, Trev.
No.
Trev keeps thinking he's gonna make the 2 is us.
Too obvious.
That would be too obvious.
Two cool dudes.
Yeah.
Two cool dudes.
Hey.
2 younger males.
All right, that's going to do it. We got the Hangout coming up right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. What do we got on the Hangout today?
Jerry, Jasmine, and...
Redbeard. No, it's just the 3 of us. Oh, he just showed up.
Oh, you're just here.
I love it.
Oh, God, put him on the Hangout anyway. That'll be a good time. All right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Going to hug him. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Tomorrow's show is going to be good. Moni, get things started. I mean, it's just a riot.
It's bad.
A riot. Citizen Brewing sending us some beverages that we're going to dive into tomorrow. We'll be recapping Connor McDavid hat trick and Edmonton Oilers win on a dance party Friday. Like nothing you've ever seen in your life. A fun show today as well. Did we hit 300? What is this? We're close. We got to be close. All right, 4 away. Hammer the thumbs up for us before you leave. Trev, preemptive strike on the 300. We're going to get it. We got to get out. Let's go. Yeah.
This is like
We're getting it. We're getting it. I'm confident. Let's go. Boom. Perfect. Appreciate that. Stick around the hangout. I'll be back with the lock shop at 11. 2 guys and a goalie today as well. And hey, sub to the channel if you haven't already. If we hit 11,000 subs by Christmas Day, I will eat a pickled herring on Twitter. Take it easy.